Hello, Aries, and welcome. It is time for your midweek reset tarot reading where we get the vibes from Wednesday to Tuesday. And the dates for this week is November 5th all the way to November 11th. So, welcome, Aries. We have got a lot of energy shifts to talk about. We talk about the astrology first and then we hit the tarot. And wow, we've just got a whole week of things hitting off, starting with a full moon in Taurus, your neighboring sign. And this is going to be shining light in your second house of money, resources, values, your integrity, how you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, and how that's bruised in some way, shape, or form, something that you can let go of, because the full moon does cast light on things that need to be taken care of. And with Taurus, it's about security and stability. So maybe we're letting go of insecurities this week for you, and not allowing that to take place, not to stand forward in all the things that you do. So restart the week right off with a full moon. So boom, and it's in an earth sign. So the other side of the coin is we just may want to just cut loose in a Taurus full moon. So if that's what you feel you need to do, Aries, go ahead and do it. Okay, so then we have the 6th. Venus, the planet of love, values, rules Taurus, is moving into Scorpio. So we've got passionate energy involved with this full moon. And it's Taurus's ruler, Venus, that's changing the vibe, and it's more intense and emotional, and we'll talk about that on the freaking weekend. We're going to talk about, I think it's going to be a love weekend for everybody. See, you get it first, Aries, because this is the first video I do for the week. So I'm thinking of all these ideas. And yeah, this weekend definitely looks like that for the majority of all of us. You know what I mean? Unless we're not open to it. But we have now the 7th, Uranus, the planet of sudden change, rebellion. This electric buzz energy is moving back into Taurus. So with that full moon, with Venus, boom, lightning striking. You know what I'm saying? Very electric. It could also, again, this is all about money and resources and all of that. So we may find something out about the government shutdown or some shit, that kind of stage is being set there. And then on the 9th, we're just running through every day of the week. Then on the 9th, Mercury goes retrograde. So we're in Scorpio season with a Mercury retrograde. But Mercury is actually in Sagittarius because we're going to be moving into that phase too. So Mercury retrograde. So this energy right now feels like a crescendo of something coming up and then letting us review on where we go next. It's not move forward yet. You know what I'm saying? It's a time for review for the next 3 weeks. And that's good. That's good. This kind of puts us in a gratitude mode. You can say that maybe this Mercury retrograde will be teaching everybody about gratitude. Then on the 11th, so from start to finish, on the 11th, that's Tuesday, Jupiter goes retrograde in Cancer. So again, we could be not open to so much opportunity, but revisiting something. All of this is revisiting something that we possibly now have the opportunity to bring back into the fold that will allow us to enjoy a beautiful life and lifestyle for many of you. And things aligning, we're getting towards the holidays, so we're getting in this mood. It's putting us in this mood. I hope it's a good one and not just a bad mood. All right. So that's all the astrology. That takes 5 minutes right there. So everyone's readings are going to be long this week, but we've got all this energy shifts going on. But if we know about it ahead of time, we can prepare for it, because you could probably already feel this energy. And because I got you on Wednesdays. I got you on Thursday Night Live. We're going to talk more about the full moon energy. We're going to do full moon readings. I was going to do it last week, but I was like, it's closer to the mark next week. So here we are. And then we have the freaking weekend, because the weekend looks like it's just popping the fuck off. So you got to tune in for all of that, kids. All right, so let's go to the tarot table and begin our reading. All right. And of course, we are in a full moon phase. So that's about culmination, realization, and celebration. Okay? So that'll be right there for us. And thank you so much for being here, Aries. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And let's get our angel numbers for this week. I mean, this is just intense energy, intense energy. And we have for you, take a step with 535. Let go of old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you. Prepare to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and expand. That is perfect for what's going on with this full moon. So wonderful. We just talked about it, and there it is. And the number's 535. So keep those in your subconscious. Be aware of those. Okay? All right, let's get a message from your guardian angels. This is the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. And I like to whip this out once in a while. So let's get a message from our guardian angel. What do we have for Aries this week? Starting off this intense week. That's all I can say, is just intense. And it is the Fool. That's the equivalent of the Fool. In this deck, it's called the Dreamer with 0. Wow, I love that. Beginning, believing, and you're protected. Really love that imagery, you know? You're being guided. I love that. That hits. All right, let's read up on it. Okay, now is the moment you've been waiting for, Aries. This is a joyful time of new beginnings when you can make bold changes in your life. Like a butterfly fluttering across a meadow, your dreams are beckoning for you to chase them. Lay down your fears, concerns, or uncertainties and embrace the unending possibilities available to you at this time. Wow, love that. An unexpected opportunity may have recently presented itself to you, or one may do so in the very near future. Take this as a sign from Source and your guardian angels that it's time to finally break free and be the person you've always wanted to be. Don't wait another day to begin your journey along the path of happiness. Wow. So the angel message is, we are very excited to be with you on this journey. We will keep you safe and guide you as you take this leap of faith. Wow. Yeah, see, I'm glad I pulled this deck out, because I haven't in a while. And I was like, of course, I'm always like, you sure? And right away, it pays off. That's a beautiful, beautiful message right there for you. And taking a step. Damn. Stepping out of your comfort zone, Aries. That's the big message there. All right, let's get your shadow work for this week. What do I keep both? Okay. Number 1 is find wholeness. Bring together fragments that complete you. Acceptance and inner peace. And that looks like a childhood kind of issue thing. You know what I'm saying? That may be the final piece to finding wholeness this week. And battle within. The greatest war you wage is against yourself, Aries. So we need a resolution to this inner conflict that we're feeling. All right? Because you can't take that step without it. Finding wholeness. Taking that step. I love this. All right. Let's get some... Let's get the vibe for the week. What am I talking about? We got all our messages already. Now we get to the reading. All right, Aries, thank you so much for being here. Can't believe we're already in November. This is going to be one hell of a full moon, though. And I hope it works for everybody, too, it really, sets you up. All right. All right, we got the Nine of Swords, so we've got some anxiety going on here. Of course, we've got all this energy. I understand it. You know, Knight of Swords is moving towards a better way of looking at things. And basically for you this week, Aries, is put your time and focus into things that will pay off. Anything else is a distraction. Anything else will make you anxious. Take the step to not be anxious. You know what I mean? What this is really opening up to your energy. So this is a really feel-good energy for you this week. Embrace this crazy changing energy, and something you've been waiting for, Nine of Cups arrives. So things work out in your favor this week. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just have to put your focus into things that pay off for you, okay? I mean, it's instead of freaking out about it, you know, just kind of go with the flow. Just be your sunny self, you know? That's basically what they're trying to tell you here. Yeah, look at all these chakras we got. Wow. So, keep the vision alive. Your third eye. It's right between your eyebrows. Okay, kids? Keep the vision. You hold the vision long enough in your mind, you will hold it in your hands. Solar plexus is right below the breastbone. That is, I am confident. I am good enough. The sun. Sacral chakra is your pleasure. And there's a energy in the air this week for a lot of pleasure. Okay, open up to it. Also could be taking care of a childhood issue. And victory and success. That's all you really need to focus on. All right? So let's look at love and relationships. Lots of great messages coming in here. I love the chakra work, so go ahead and take a look at my chakra meditation. Go ahead and do that. Anytime someone gets chakras out like that, yeah, it's time to balance those out. And I have a great guided meditation for you on the channel here, so check that out if you dare. Halloween's over with. What are you doing? We got like no trick-or-treaters this year. Like, what the fuck happened to Halloween? Oh, you know, probably the trunk or treat things, whatever they have now. All right, Three of Swords, back to your shit. Let's let go of some stuff here. You're very confused about, you know, where you're going with this relationship. That's okay. I'm going to tell you. Again, make the choice to let go. Let go of old beliefs and patterns, especially when it comes to relationships. Trust your intuition. I really like this for you, Aries. King and Queen of Wands is that same energy. For these cards to come out in the deck is very rare indeed, so pay attention to this. This is a significant relationship. Again, this is a very positive outcome if we do the work, okay? Let's get messages of love. Just one. Interesting. And it's apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. And that's funny how I said that. You can also accept the apology when it comes to you. Okay? All right, let's get, what's the vibe? Because the vibe looks good. That's what I'm saying. Like, the vibe looks really good. Like, really good. All right, legal. Lawyers, court, paperwork, whatever this is, this looks like that working out also. Wow. Drowning. Over your head. Overextended, rock bottom. Okay, so if a lot of you are in this position, then let me reassure you you can't go any lower than where you're at now. So there is only one direction, and that's up, kids. Remember that, okay? We need to get out of that mode of thinking. Distance, divorce, ghosted, separation. Okay, so we may have been separated, but this looks like union coming together or something new. You know what I mean? Maybe you need to fully let go of this. Maybe a lot of you are getting divorced, you know, or having to deal with that. Okay, so let's get a closing message for you, Aries. Let's see where we're at with this. So that's the battle within. You know what I mean? That you need to work on this week. And try something new. That's the big thing, is try something new. So we've got two closing messages for you. and it's grace. Grace is the universe's blessing. Open your heart to receive it. So handle things with grace. Really taking it, I mean, you're protected here. You got to understand that. And acceptance. Accept others and yourself and welcome new opportunities. We opened with new opportunities and we're closing with that. So pay attention to the messages here for you this week, Aries, because there is something brewing for you that is going to pay off in some way, shape, or form. Accept it, open up to it, and it will be yours. All right, Aries, that's going to do it for this crazy week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, the freaking weekend posted Fridays 10 a.m. to give you the vibe. We're going to do full moons. And also the Thursday live, we're going to be talking about the full moon. I think for the freaking weekend, yeah, we're going to do the freaking weekend. I'm going to do, it's a love bomb weekend. That's for sure. All right. And if you would like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page. I got extended hours for in-person and online. So let's get together. Aries, open up to new opportunities. They will be yours. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you Thursday. Taurus, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right, where we get the vibes for Wednesday to Tuesday, and the dates are November 5th all the way to November 11th. Taurus, we've got so much to talk about, so let's get to it. Almost every day this week, we have something going on astrologically. We have so much going on. But we're starting the week off on the 5th with a full moon in your sign. So, happy full moon. This is a perfect opportunity for us to have some realizations, maybe having some celebrations, and this moon is setting that up for that vibe, absolutely. And culmination, things coming to a head, things getting, things moving in place, all right? But with this full moon for you, we can let go of the way that some of the old bad habits that we have of treating ourselves and others. You know, maybe your relationships that seem almost not as aligned as you'd like them to is because of the relationship with yourself, you know? So we have to kind of consider that. Full moons bring things to light, and this is happening in your first house. It's your full moon. I mean, it's a powerful time for you to do some releasing. This all has to do with security and what, you know, your money and all of that. And you know how you are about that. So it's a time not to be kind of stubborn, but a little bit more stable. Okay? We're not digging our heels when change comes. We're actually kind of embracing it. All right? So be aware of that for this full moon. And then on the 6th, we have your ruler, Venus, the planet of love, aesthetics, values, all of that, moving into Scorpio. So that's a passionate, intense time. You know, so we've got a lot of forces working in your sign. But not only that, the next day on the 7th, Uranus, the planet of change, rebellion, disruption, if you want to call it that. It's kind of like the tower, lightning striking. You know, it's the electric buzz is moving back into your sign. So, I mean, we got a lot of energy happening for you. And to add insult to injury, on the 9th, Mercury, the planet of communication, is starting its retrograde phase. So, Taurus is a lot of energy. Again, we don't want to dig our heels. We kind of want to look at the situation. You know, the full moon is bringing it to light for us. Okay? And then it's up to you on how you're going to handle it. All right? But you can see how this energy is building up. And then on the 11th, on Tuesday, Jupiter is going retrograde. So what that means is, you know, the opportunities seem less, but there's an opportunity for something that's happened in the past that we get another go at. All right. So again, this is a time of kind of slowing down and review almost. And with this intensity, so it's two opposing forces. Let's see how we're going to do with that. So, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in, especially for your sign. There's 3 things happening that week that are all corresponding to some way to you. So Taurus, buckle up, kids. All right, let's go to the tarot table and get our angel numbers to begin the reading. Thank you so much for being here, Taurus. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get, there it is, our angel numbers. And it's harmony with 121. Embrace harmony in your life. Seek balance between your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. All right. It's time for things to come into harmony. Maybe this full moon is giving you the opportunity to see how you can exactly do that. All right? So, we got to have that trifecta, that physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being, all linked together. Now, let's get a message from our guardian angels. This is from the Guardian Angels Message Tarot. Which one? The one that's next to Harmony. Okay. The one that's on top of Harmony, I should say. And it's the 5 of Earth. Lack, worry, and assistance. This is what's keeping you out of harmony. There it is right there. All right? Yeah, the five of Pentacles, that is. And that's like fear of failure. All right, so Taurus, you needn't go through your current challenges all by yourself. There are times when we all need a little help, and Source wants us to feel safe asking for it. You may feel that something is lacking in your life, financial, romantic, or otherwise. Your guardian angels are inviting you to come in from the rain. Accept their help and the assistance of human friends and family who are also surrounding you. This card is an indicator that you feel very challenged right now, but it is also evidence that there are sources of compassion nearby who could really make a difference. So don't lose faith. These challenges are temporary, and things will improve very soon. Review your situation and plan, and then plan the next step toward the life you desire. Keep your thoughts positive and focus on the things you have to be grateful for. If you're considering becoming self-employed, wait a little longer before enacting your plan. All right, so here's the angel message for you. We understand that you are experiencing a sense of scarcity in your life in one area or another, Taurus. We are reaching out to take you into our arms and assure you that this setback will not last. By helping you change your perceptions on this topic, we are also helping you access the divine law of attraction and bring in the abundance you feel is missing. All right, so let go of the fear, let go of the lack. That's how we can come into harmony. This full moon is having you realize that. All right, let's get our shadow work cards and see what's going on here with that. Ooh, take the one. Inner Cosmos. Ooh, I like that. To embrace the light, first acknowledge the dark. Trauma, seeing, and going deeper. Wow. Again, just like I was talking at the beginning of the reading about how our relationships on the outside of us are a reflection of our inner side, our inner cosmos. So what we're experiencing out there is a clear match to what we feel in here. So if you're not experiencing what you want out there, change the way that you're looking at it inside. As above, so below. As within, so without. That is an unescapable law. And you really can't appreciate the light without seeing the dark. And I know a lot of you are rolling your eyes, but, well, stay in disharmony. I don't know what to tell you, you know. Don't be stubborn. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Trust your, again, going within. Inner cosmos. The hermit. Learning. Protecting your energy this week from the outside forces, other people. Speak your truth. Don't get involved in petty bullshit with people this week. Not necessary at all, not one bit. It's, again, embracing change, making plans, going back to the drawing board. Could also be doing some traveling this week also. An opportunity, though, beautiful towards the end of the week. So the full moon brings in this opportunity for you, and you're racing towards it. Again, travel, making the change here, kids. That's the big thing. And embracing it. And speaking your mind. You know, there's a time to hold it back, and there's a time to speak. You know what I mean? Remember, Mercury's going retrograde this week. So we got a lot. Hang in there, baby. Hang in there. All right, let's get some oracles. There's definitely maybe some traveling going on here. 2 of Wands and the 7 of the 7 of the Chariot. The Chariot supports that. Okay, all right. Let's see what else. Oop. Yeah, this Chariot's out again. All right, pay attention to 777. We got them all over the board here. Spiritual lesson, luck, enlightenment. Liking that. Yeah, we're moving on from suffering in silence. There's a big indication of that. And I think the full moon's bringing that to light for you. Use your inner wisdom and stand your ground. This is where you make the change. Is when you trust that energy. And triumph another 7 with financial and material changes. Yeah, big time. A lot of you Tauruses could be getting another job or another side job or something like that. Okay? 1, 7, 2, 3, 4. That's luck. Pay attention to that. Wow. Just like the full moon, what a reading. You know? Wow. Let's look at relationships. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, look at that, the 5 of Pentacles. So this could be about a relationship, feeling left out. We're moving on from this. It's making you suffer in silence. You're strong enough for this week. That's the thing. So when it comes to relationships, pull that inner strength out. Again, don't double down on grinding your heels. Start to move. You know what I mean? And the 4 of Wands is celebrating. This is harmony. Again, our first message was harmony here. Okay? It can be yours when you move out of this energy. Interesting. All right, let's messages of love or a message of love. And this is play hard. Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. And that's another key element in this whole full moon energy for you, Taurus, is there is a huge energetic pull to kind of just let loose this weekend. And there's nothing in the books that says you shouldn't. In fact, you should. All right? So let's get, what's the vibe? And it's Archangel Michael with protection. Protected from harm and divine intervention. Again, I'm telling you, there's a spiritual lesson in all of this. You're protected this week. All right? You're being guided. The universe is intervening to allow your an awareness of you of let go of that lack if it comes to relationships or anything like that. So closing message for you, Taurus, is collaboration. Collaboration achieves greater goals. So again, what we were talking about with the 5 of Earth, the message from your guardian angels is that there's help all around you. So from the spirit world and the material world, you are getting both. So open up to them. Take the help. Ask for help. Doesn't make you anything less. You know what I mean? And it will guide you to where you need to go. And that's about aligning into harmony. So one fuck of a week, I would say, Taurus. Okay, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, going live Thursday, we're going to do full moon readings for everybody leading up to the freaking weekend on Friday at 10 a.m. because this whole weekend looks like it's lining up to be spicy. So we're going to do some spicy love messages for the freaking weekend, okay? And if you would like a personal reading with me, because these are general, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page and I will hook you up. I got extended hours for in-person and online. Let's get together. Let's get a reading because this full moon is going to be something. All right, Taurus, hang in there. I love you all and I will see you Thursday. Gemini, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right, where we get astrology and tarot vibes for Wednesday all the way to Tuesday, and holy shit, we got a lot going on this week. This is for November 5th all the way to November 11th. So Gemini, get yourself a drink, a bev of choice, if you will. Get your little notepad out, write these dates down because we're going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things all happening one day after the other this week. Ooh. And we're starting it off with a full moon. And a full moon, and the way that the energy is lined up for this full moon, just so you know, is letting loose. So I don't know. But full moons are all about a culmination of energy building up. It's also layered with revelations of all kinds, realizations, and again, celebration. You know, barking at the moon, that kind of thing. But, oh my God, we got a lot of astrology going on. This full moon is in Taurus, so it's a very grounded, earthy full moon. So you might want to go out there and dance under the moonlight if it's not too cold. I guess they're forecasting snow. Anyway, Gemini, this is happening in your 12th house. So this full moon is all about getting rid of the mental clutter that's going on in here, that circus on those hamster wheels. Everybody's got one hamster wheel spinning up there, you know. You, Gemini, have two, and they're going in opposite directions of each other. So imagine that. Oh, I don't think we have to. So get rid of mental clutter, old patterns that no longer serve you. You have to understand that your mind is a hard drive and it picks things up. Sometimes old programs that ran, have been running since you were 13 or 12 are still running in the background. And they come up in the now when you get triggered by something or a situation happens and you default to that old programming. And then you sit there going, why the fuck did I react that way? So, without getting too much involved in here, because we've got a lot going on, releasing the mental clutter, letting it go, and getting ready for kind of like setting yourself up for new programming. And there's so much new programming you can adapt yourself to. The mind is always elastic. It's never going to be rigid, okay? Except if you're hanging on to a belief that says that the mind can't change. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. That kind of bullshit. So, all right. On the 6th, the next day, Venus, the planet of love and aesthetics and values and all of that good stuff, beauty and art and music, is moving into Scorpio. Oof. All right. This is step 2 to this full moon. Then we have on the 7th, Uranus, the planet of sudden changes. It's kind of like the tower moment in tarot. It's lightning striking. It's an electric buzz, is moving into Taurus. We have the ruler of Taurus moving into Scorpio. We have a full moon in Taurus. We have Uranus moving into Taurus. That's a lot. So, with that being said, this could set up to one passionate weekend, a real fiery weekend. And if you gotta cut loose, I'm giving you permission to do it. You know what I mean? However, on the 9th, Mercury starts its retrograde phase. So maybe we'll be doing the walk of shame on Sunday morning. You know what I mean? Let's not do that. So we have, I don't know. It's a lot shifting in 1 week. A lot of energy shifting in 1 week. Plus, we're still in Scorpio season, so it's intense. You know, could be a very passionate weekend. I don't know. I'm available, folks. You know? So, and then to finish it off on the 11th, on Tuesday, Jupiter goes retrograde. I think we get an opportunity at something that we missed in the past year. Not so much. I'm getting over this cold, and it's just like, ugh. I didn't even cough like that when I smoked. But anyway, oh, you hear that? Good gravy. Anyway, I'm telling you, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Picked up a cough or something. That was last week. All right, so anyway, we get an opportunity to do something again, maybe revisit a project. You know, this retrograde energy is heavy, but it's having us slow down. It's having us reevaluate the plan. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so that's the astrology for the week, and it's a lot. It's a lot to assimilate all at once, one day after the other. So let's go to the tarot table and start your reading with your angel numbers. Let's do it. Thank you so much for being here, Gemini. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get your angel numbers. And it's manifest your dreams with 4, 5, 6. I love that. You have the power to make things happen. It is time for you to take action with faith and confidence, knowing that your angels are guiding and supporting you every step of the way. Wow. So, big message of you have the power to make things happen. So it's time to take action. Don't try to figure out outcomes. Know that the possibility is there. And if you put your mind to it, it'll come to fruition. Remember that. 4, 5, 6. Okay? Let's get a message from the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. Okay, 8 of Air, self-doubt, confusion, free will. Damn. Looking pretty November. Let's see. I don't like that. 8 of Swords is, stuck energy. So let's take a look at what this means from your guardian angels. Gemini, you can always choose freedom. The situation you are in most likely makes you feel trapped. But the truth is that there is always another path, a way to move forward towards joy, manifesting your dreams. Ask your angels for the gift of self-confidence. Reach within and tap your own inner strength and know that there is nothing you cannot do if only you believe in yourself. Remember that for this week, please. Refuse to be stuck in a life that doesn't make you happy. Don't wait for someone to come to the rescue when you can free yourself. Make a promise to yourself that you will take one small step every day toward the future you desire. And then get going. Wow. So your angel message for this week is, Dear child, you have forgotten the power of your own free will. You are never trapped except by your own thoughts or perceptions. There is always another way if you believe. Damn. Powerful message for you, Gemini. And I love that. Love that for you. All right, let's get your shadow work. So you're not stuck. It's a choice, and there's a huge pull to taking steps to manifest your dreams and what you want. What do you desire? What's holding you back? I'm going to tell you something. 9 times out of 10, kid, it's you. All right, have courage, absolutely, this week, especially with all this energy happening. Focus. Stop hiding, Gemini. Show up and let yourself be seen. This is releasing fear. This is making ourselves vulnerable, which promotes growth. Again, you're not stuck. Have courage to move forward. All right. Damn. Let's get the vibe this week for you. With all this energy, this full moon, starting the week off, and then just so much energy shifting all at the same time. It's crazy. All these cards are face down, Gemini, except for this Seven of Cups. So again, there's some confusion here. Okay? Seven of Cups is always confusion. You've got choices, so it's not like you're out of options. Pay attention to that. Wow. Yeah, your thoughts deceive you with Seven of Swords. So it's time to be strategic, okay? Trust the universe. Wow. And make the change. Queen of Wands embraces change. Doesn't fear it. Again, releasing that fear. Maybe that's what it is. And I'm going to tell you something, Gemini. There's a lot changing. So it's no longer time to fight it. You're asking the wrong questions. Go with it this week, okay? You can move forward gracefully. Wow. All right, let's get some oracles. The throat chakra. So, when I coughed earlier, I understand that now. You see how that is? Yeah. Mental conflict. Letting it go. Trying to juggle all these situations. You know, it's time. The Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords always come out together, I see in my readings at some point. Always to show that there is a choice to be made. Emotionally withdraw from the outcome. So we're too fixated on the outcome instead of actually making the change. We want to know, you know. And throat chakra, speak your truth. Ask for help. Open up to the universe. You see what I'm saying? Like there's way too much mental conflict that keeps you stuck. Choose to move forward. Okay? It's time to take action. You just have to be confident. And know that you're being guided. You're just not willy-nilly. And the star is telling you that you are guided. You know, look at the stars out again. Another indication that you are being guided, especially when it comes to relationships. So put in the work. Relationships take work. You know, it's not add water and stir. Whoever said it was. Why do you think it should be easy? You know, usually our partners are just a reflection of who we are. So if you're stuck in your relationship, you're stuck in your way of thinking. And that full moon this week is shining some light on that situation with you. The Queen of Cups is trust your intuition. And the Ten of Pentacles is great. That's like a long-lasting, stable relationship. So again, it pays off if you put in the work. All right? And putting in the work is having faith that you make good choices. Okay. So, wow, everyone's just been getting one message of love. And maybe this is what's on the bill, is boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Again, don't let people take advantage of you if it's robbing you of your joy. You know, it's a choice to not say anything, okay? Let's get what's the vibe. What else do we have for Gemini for this week? It's crazy. Yeah, the retrogrades kind of show this too, as karma. It says karmics, but I don't understand why. It's supposed to say karma. Third parties, haters, and lessons learned. Again, don't be stuck focusing on what's everybody else thinking, or I got haters. Let them hate. You know? That's probably the only good advice Taylor Swift ever gave. The haters are going to hate, hate, hate. That's it. Don't let third parties get involved with this. Again, that's a choice. Say, no, thank you. We don't need your input. Who the fuck asked you anyway? You know what I mean? It's Gemini. You know, you're... Make sure you use it properly. Okay? I know your ruler's going retrograde on the 9th, so you better hurry up and say what you gotta say. Okay. All right, let's get a closing message for you. So this is about having faith and just making it happen, Gemini. Get out of your stuck attitude. I'm telling you. Get out of it. Just get out of it. Instead, do this. Go on an adventure. Adventure is the path to new worlds. That's right. Open up to it. Change. It all starts with that 12th house full moon of getting rid of the old patterns that are keeping you stuck. It's a huge focus. These readings this week have been very profound for everybody. Sweet and short to the solution here. So pay attention to this, all right? And we may get a second chance at renewing something that we thought was lost for a lot of you, Gemini, okay? All right, that is going to top this off for this midweek reset. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the Vibe Tribe. Thursday live, we're doing full moon tarot readings. That's going to be cool. And then Friday, I'm posting the freaking weekend, and I'm going to focus more on love, the feel of love. We've got this full moon, which is a celebration. You know, passions are heated up with Venus, its ruler, moving into Scorpio, and then Uranus into Taurus. Holy shit, being in the right time, right place at the right time, lightning striking. I mean, a lot of babies are going to be made this weekend, I guarantee it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Gemini, I love you all. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, I already hit that. If you want a personal reading with me, click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page, in person, online. I got you. Gemini, hang on. Say what you got to say. And open up to change. Get rid of old patterns. It will serve you so fucking well. All right, Gemini, I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you Thursday. Cancer, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your midweek reset tarot reading. And oh my God, have we got a lot going on, Cancer, so stick around. This is for November 5th all the way to November 11th. So let's get to it, because we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. 1 week, 5 days of just energy changes, and it starts off with a full moon. Woo, already. So this is about culmination, realizations, and of course, celebrations. This full moon isn't that bad. It's in Taurus, so it's very earthy, but the energy is kind of gearing this up, Cancer, to kind of feel like if you got to cut loose this weekend, you get permission to. You know what I mean? So let's see where it's happening in your astrology chart, and it's happening in your 11th house. So this is groups of people. This is a big focus on other people in your life, the people you work with, your friend group, that kind of thing. You could be meeting a new group of friends too. You could be introduced to a new like your vibe tribe, something like that. But this is also the house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. So maybe some realization will come to you that will bring you closer to your hopes, dreams, and wishes. It also has to do with receiving love. The 5th house is about giving love, and it's opposite the 11th, and that's receiving love. So maybe we work on those themes also. Because on the 6th, the next day, Venus, the planet of love, is moving into a fellow water sign, Scorpio. So this is very passionate energy. You could meet somebody through a friend group. You could actually start dating a friend. You get into a situationship, but it looks good. On the next day, the 7th, Uranus is moving into Taurus. Oh boy, I mean, lightning striking. The weekend looks great, so make sure you check out the freaking weekend that's posted on Fridays at 10 a.m. because this looks pretty steamy energy. I mean, it's just, I'm telling you, a lot of you single Cancers are going to be in the right place at the right time to meet that person. Wouldn't have to be a relationship. If you're meeting another person, it is a relationship of some kind, you know, but it could be romantic. It could just be somebody that helps you along your path, you know. On the 9th, Mercury, the planet of communication, starts its 3-week retrograde cycle. So adding insult to injury, I mean, there's just all this energy changing. And then on the 11th, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, opportunity, is going retrograde. So we're getting another chance at revisiting something from the past. So with that being said, it could be a past relationship coming back into the fray, as long as it served the both of you. I'm not condoning going back to some shitty-ass relationship, you know what I mean? So that's a lot of energy going on. Plus, with that energy of the full moon, it's crazy. All right, Cancer, let's go to the tarot table and get your... Let's start the reading with your angel numbers. Let's do that. And... let's see. Reassurance with 747. So your angels want you to have some reassurance here. And trust your intuition and make practical decisions that align with your higher purpose. Your guardian angels are acknowledging your efforts. All right. So be reassured that your efforts are not going unnoticed and not going unrewarded. But we have to keep it up. You know what I mean? Trust your intuition. Especially with this full moon. I'm telling you, being in the right place at the right time. And they almost feel like they're reassuring you on that aspect also. Okay? So, Cancer, let's get a message from your guardian angels. This is from the Guardian Angel Message Tarot. And I like using this from time to time. All right, and we have Two of Air. Indecision, avoidance, confusion. All right, so whatever you've been avoiding, again, we may, at the end of the week, get an opportunity to get a go at it. It's a choice. Two of Air is kind of, it's the Two of Swords. It's being stuck in some kind of energy, mental energy, okay? So, Cancer, it's time to make a decision. Procrastination is seriously hindering your progress. You may feel a lack of confidence in your decision-making, or you may be stalling because you'd rather someone else make this decision for you. It's possible you're thinking about the situation way too much, or perhaps you're pretending it doesn't exist at all. You have unlimited angels available at your call if only you will ask for their guidance. Listen to your inner voice. Ask your guardian angels for a sign. Deep down, you know what to do. It's just a matter of gathering your willpower and taking action. This is not merely an intellectual decision, but also a choice that requires input from your heart, so trust your intuition, okay? If you are suppressing your emotions, request that your guardian angels assist you in getting in touch with your feelings, or ask a dear friend to help you sort them out. So, your angel message is, so very often we see you trapped by your own mind when trying to make a decision because you're too focused on what others would like you to choose rather than what your heart truly wants. Choose what will make you happy, and the rest will work itself out. All right, so it's a huge indication for you to start moving forward. Okay? Now, let's get your shadow work. So this full moon may bring something to light that has to do with your hopes, dreams, and wishes, your path forward, the people that are along you in this journey. Interesting. Let's get our shadow work for you, Cancer, for this week. So much going on. Yeah, of course we're going to get 2 cards. All right, so Spirit Awakening. Sit with your shadows. It's the way to enlightenment. So again, trust your intuition. Really double down on your spirituality at this time. Okay? And limiting beliefs. Ultimately, you become what you believe. So this is about focusing on your mindset and having some self-realization here that you become what you believe you are. If you say that you're stuck and don't know what to decide, you will be reassured of that reality. You follow me on that? Interesting. I should probably close my window. I don't know why I have it open. What's the temperature? 49 degrees outside. just can't let go. The summer went by so fast. That's okay. It'll be here soon enough. Oh boy. All right. Let's get the vibe. Okay. Yeah. Big time. The messages are so clear, guys. It's time. 10 of Wands. Release your burdens, your baggage. This is a full moon. Release, 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 release. Let down your walls. I know you're tired, Cancer, I know. But you're resilient and you got this. It's going to take some willpower here, mind power, a new way of looking at things with the Ace of Swords. Queen of Swords, communication is going to be key too. And 8 of Wands, more communication coming in and things changing rapidly for you. So, again, be reassured when you change your mind, you change your life. All right? And it's really releasing these limiting beliefs. That leads to this spiritual, awakening for you. You know what I mean? Because it reinvigorates you. You're not stuck. And you're not beating yourself up because you're stuck, you know? It's a tough situation to be in, but trust me, you've got this. Everything in this reading says you have this. Again, you're being reassured that you got this. And I think if you listen to your intuition, you'll also know that answer, you know? Yeah, so, trapped in fear. Fear is the dream killer. Let's release ourselves from that. Let's let go of this. Let's work on this weekend. And be patient with your process. It's going to take some time. It's all right. And trusting the universe. Completing a cycle here also. Again, you're getting out of this stuck energy and moving forward. And boy, does it pay off. I'm telling you that right now. It really does. All right, let's look at love and relationships. Once we get rid of our limiting beliefs, things open up. Cancer, you know, the fear dissolves. And we move towards our desires instead of being trapped by our beliefs and I'm not worthy of it and all of that stuff. It all comes into play. All right, so yeah, Wheel of Fortune, I'm telling you right now, being in the right place at the right time with a relationship. Keep your eye out for Taurus. It's in Taurus, the full moon's in Taurus. But fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio. No, Scorpio and Aquarius. What the hell? All right, and the Hermit. Yeah, so a lot of you have been going within. A lot of you have been keeping to yourself and putting up that wall. So please be mindful. All right, take those bricks down. Put in the work. A new way of approaching things. Something you've been waiting for actually comes to you out of all of this. Change. Wands are indicating change here. You need to really implement that change for yourself this week. We're getting a second chance at this with that retrograde energy. Everyone has just been getting one message of love. Okay. And it's passion. Yeah, try something you've never done before. Cancer, I'm telling you, get outside your comfort zone. You know, like maybe you're invited to something you normally wouldn't go to, but fate's steering you towards that. I mean, it's exciting, but there's a lot about passion here. The energy collectively is passionate, so be aware of that. All right, let's do what's the vibe. Okay. Just kind of zoned out for a minute there. Clingy. Old exes, dead relationships, and old ways. Now, this is your warning. Don't go back to this. You shut the door on that shit. You know what I mean? You know which ones you got to keep closed and the ones you don't. You know what I mean? But maybe you're opening up a door and it opens up to soulmate energy. You know that I'm not down with this, but I'm changing my ways on this. So pay attention to it. Twin flame. friendship, romantic partner. Not bad. Maybe you're getting a second chance at this, just as long as it wasn't clingy or a shitty relationship. All right. But there's something working its way out. All right, let's get a closing message. Oh. I don't know. There's some energy coming in for you. This full moon is about safety. Safety is the foundation of life. Cherish the calm moments. There's nothing wrong with that. Some of us have a problem with things just being calm. And awareness. Maintain awareness. Be present in every moment. That's the best way to go about this. Again, not looking at it, again, refusing to deal with the situation. Face it. You put up that wall, you're going to have more of that stuck energy. I think this week, the majority of you are taking that wall down. All right, so that is going to do it, Cancer. Wow, what a reading, what a week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, Thursday night lives, we're going to do full moon readings. So we're going to do readings for all the signs, okay? And then Friday at 10 a.m., the freaking weekend's posted. And I'm going to go more of kind of like a love weekend slant on this, because this energy is pretty, I don't know. I think a lot of babies are going to be made this weekend. It's just my prediction. But all right. And if you would like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page in person or online. I got you covered. Let's get together. All right, Cancer, you may get a second chance at something. Open up to it. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you Thursday. Leo, welcome. It's Jeff here, Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right. And this is going to be for November 5th all the way to November 11th. So welcome, Leo, fellow kings and queens. Hope you are doing well. Buckle up. Make sure you got your drink of choice, because, kids, we are in for some astrology happenings, and it starts off. Did I tell you it's for the 5th to the 11th? I don't know if I did that. November 5th to November 11th. But on the 5th, we have a full moon in Taurus happening, fellow fixed sign. All right. And this is happening in our 10th house of reputation, how we view the world. You know what I mean? Is it a safe place? Is our world a safe place? Because, again, the world is just a reflection on what's going on inside of you. So this full moon is asking you, it's bringing things to light with things around you, the outside world. It's also opposite the 4th house. So that has to do with balancing work and home life. Maybe you're getting that schedule going. Maybe you're just busy starting this week. That's good. Busy is good, as long as you can handle it. But it definitely helps with your finances too. The light is shining in this particular area of our chart, and it's time for us to shine. The spotlight is on you. So how can you make this? If I was going to say anything, Leo, this would probably be a good time to brand yourself. Put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Like, why not? And how you view the world. Now, us Leos have a problem. We can do too much. We can be too forceful. We can make ourselves sound very arrogant and pretentious. So be aware of that, I try to humble it as much as possible, but let's keep moving about this energy. So again, balance work and home. The spotlight is on us. That's when we are just... So make it a good one, okay? Now, the next day, on the 6th, Venus, the planet of love, values, how we feel about ourselves, is moving into passionate Scorpio, another fixed sign. So this is very fixed energy, I'm either turned on them or not, but I got a feeling a lot of us are turned on. This whole full moon energy and the planetary positions that happen afterwards kind of bring in this celebratory kind of full moon kind of, I don't know, almost like a Greek not orgy kind of thing, but you know what I mean? Like, just like, I don't know, trying something we've never done before. I don't know. It just looks really good. It's just a very passionate weekend. So we'll talk about that on the freaking weekend. And then on the next day, the 7th, Uranus, the planet of sudden change, revolutionary ideas, something totally different, unusual, lightning striking, an electric buzz in the air, is moving into Taurus. There's a lot of Taurus energy, a lot of fixed energy for this week. And we are also a fixed sign, so we're going to feel it. You know, are we moving with it, or are we just kind of going with the flow? Hell bent on something, that's for sure. And then on the 9th, Mercury is going retrograde for 3 weeks. So, you know, this is getting back to the drawing board and reviewing our plans. You know, things coming to a head, and then we go back and figure it out. Again, reinventing yourself. That's the way I look at it. And on the 11th, Jupiter is going retrograde. So a lot of us are getting a second chance at whatever situation didn't pan out before. All right. So pay attention to the messages and the signs being given to you this week. It's a lot flying at us. So, but we've got this. Let's work from our heart. Let's know confidently that we've got this, and we will move forward with this heavy but very driven energy. All right. So let's go to the tarot table and start our reading by getting our angel numbers. Thank you so much for being here, fellow kings and queens. So let's do this. Let's get our angel numbers. Ooh, there it is. And it's progress with 6, 7, 8. Leo, you are making progress and advancement towards your goals. Stay focused and committed to your journey, knowing that that success is within your reach. I love that. Progress. Perfect. Now, and it may show up in your outer reality. You know, that progress is, you know, you've probably put in the work. You know, the full moon is culmination, realization, also celebration. Yeah, we're just in a full moon phase this whole week, so. All right, let's get a message from our guardian angels. This is the guardian angel message tarot. I like to use it from time to time. Oh, look at that. Transformation, the tower with number 16. Realization, life change, and liberation. Wow. Let's read up. 16. Source is always leading us towards joy. Keep a watchful eye out for signs that it is time to head in a new direction. You may be led to change your career, where you live, or even the people you associate with. Perhaps there will be an event that guides you to release old beliefs in favor of a whole new philosophy of life. Change can indeed be challenging, but can also be exhilarating. And that's what I want you to focus on. Is, yes, it can be challenging, but I want you to focus on the exhilaration of change, okay, and opening up to it. The important thing to remember is that your angels want you to be happy and fulfilled. Everything that happens in life has a purpose and is a means to an end. If you can embrace that truth with love and gratitude in your heart, then no matter what you experience, you will be blessed. Wow. And the angel message is, resist the temptation to give in to fear. Keep the faith that current events will only lead you to a happier place. If you find it difficult to be positive, let us help uplift your thoughts and emotions about the situation. Wow. So do not fear change. It is progress. Okay? Stay focused and committed in your journey. I love that. Don't let fear get to you here, okay? Wow. Now, let's get our shadow work for the week. Because, you know, it's just not progress without some shadow work. Yeah, look at that. Control issues. Interesting symbolism here. Focus. Fear of losing power or false security leads to vulnerability. Release, trust, and empower yourself. Kings and queens, fix your crown. Remember who you are. We don't have to be in this control, give and take. We don't need that. We don't need to play that game. We need to align ourselves towards our success. And controlling it, we need to release it this full moon, okay? Very interesting. All right, let's get the vibe. Let's see what is going on for you this week, Leo, among all this stuff. But it's progress, you know, as long as you can just go with it instead of forcing it. We don't need to force it. That's when our arrogance comes into play. That's when the ego comes into play, is when we try to force things. Yeah. Death and rebirth. Endings and beginnings. Look at that. Queen of Swords, speaking your truth, making progress, not focusing on that and moving towards that. Yeah, with the Knights here, there's definite movement here with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. In one aspect, it's saying, let's move. You know, we've got to change the way that we're looking at the situation, because this is slow and steady progress here is what's really being made. Okay? And a firm realization of that happening. You know? The transformation leads to progress. We release our control issues and trust on where we're going, because wherever we're going is better than what we've allowed ourselves. Okay? Interesting. Wow, that's just powerful. Wow. Yeah, there's been some disruption going on, especially with deceit and envy. Again, we don't, this is again controlling what we're looking at here. So choose wisely. Yes. Movements, choices, and decisions to make. Absolutely. Opening up to new beginnings and success. This is fantastic. Oh, damn, it's raining out there. Holy shit. Wow. So choosing, moving towards more positive energy, transforming that, and not focusing on the disruption. You see the Tower's out again. Let's look at love and relationships. Wow. All right, yeah. Defend your position. Stand your ground. And make the decision. The Seven of Cups again. Look at all these sevens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spiritual lesson, luck, and enlightenment. Pay attention to what's going on with your relationships. Because look at that. There could be a message coming in, Leo. Someone coming in. Offers being made. Again. Beautiful. And the Two of Cups. Wow. I mean... moving towards partnerships, no longer focusing on the disruption and making the choice to move forward here, which is progress, especially in relationships. There's progress in relationships. Wow. All right, let's get messages of love. All this time that I've been recording readings, it's only been one message of love coming out for each sign. I thought that was interesting for this week, because usually we get, 3 or 4. Yeah, look, just one. Oh my God. And it's twin flame. This is a divine counterpart connection. Single Leos. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. All right, let's get what's the vibe. Ooh. It is pouring out there. Lord have mercy. All right. Apology. Yeah, that Knight of Swords coming in for some of you. Arrogant, rash actions, and insincere. Now, remember what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about, is this whole energy about not using the ego and that negative trait of us Leos. Instead, laughter, happiness, joy, and healing. And that should be the focus, okay? Instead of arrogance. You know, getting through some things is just to kind of laugh it off and focus on our joy. I want to be happy. Then be happy today. You know what I mean? You can't prolong it into the future. You have to feel it now. And you will attract more things to be happy about simply because you're stating the fact now. Now is the only time that matters. Okay? So let's get a closing message. Very powerful reading here, transforming this energy, and you know, I mean, it's incredible, Leo. It's incredible. Wow. And we end with growth. I love that. Growth is a journey. Trust each step. This is all leading towards growth, Leo. More progress to be made, more transformation to be had, and we embrace it with love and a relationship. Very possible with all of this energy. This is probably something you've been manifesting. Well, here it is. Welcome, Leo. All right, so that is going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, Thursday night, 7 p.m., we're doing lives and we're doing more full moon tarot readings for all the signs, okay? And on Friday, 10 a.m., we're doing the freaking weekend. And because of this romantic kind of passionate energy for this moon, I'm going to be focusing on love readings for the weekend. Haven't done that before, but we're going to do it anyway, all right? And if you would like a reading with me, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. In person, online, I got extended hours for you. Let's book a time and let's do a personal reading, Leo. All right, fix your crown and get ready and enjoy your life. Be happy now. Thank you so much for the happiness. I embrace it in my life. And go on and on and on about yourself. You can do that. All right, Leo, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you Thursday. Virgo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right, where we get the astrology and the tarot for Wednesday all the way to Tuesday, and the dates for this week is November 5th to November 11th. So, Virgo, buckle up. Grab your drink of choice, turn that volume up, sit down, get cozy, write some dates down because we have got a lot of shit going on this week, so let's get to it. We start off on Wednesday, the 5th, with a full moon in Taurus. Very earthy energy for you, but things being brought to light, and it's happening in your 9th house. You could be doing some traveling during this week. We could be planning some travel. Maybe thinking about where we're going. Maybe we're traveling in our mind, getting a good book, getting cozy. What we really need to do is change our beliefs. The full moon is giving us an opportunity here to go ahead and have some realizations and a culmination of things too, all right? But what this means is that things are coming to a head, and the way that we look at, you know, like our beliefs and all of that needs some changing. All right, restructuring. This is also a time where you can become very spiritual. Communication is going to be key. And that's because your ruler is going to be going retrograde later in the week. So let's get to Venus. Venus on the 6th is moving into Scorpio. So that's a very passionate energy happening right there. With that full moon, this full moon, and usually a Taurus full moon is just letting loose. So if that's what you feel you need to do this week, by all means, Virgo, do it. Okay, make plans to do it. We'll talk about that on the freaking weekend, because it really feels like a love kind of orientated full moon. So we're going to focus on that. Jesus. Train whistle is wow. Anyway, on the 7th, Uranus, thank you. Uranus is moving into Taurus. This is like electric energy. Again, we've got a lot of energy going on in fixed signs this week. So, oof, you know, it could be a little jarring. It's going to be, for some people, fantastic. You know what I'm saying? On the 9th, your ruler Mercury is going retrograde for 3 weeks. So it's time to go back to the plan, you know, review, make things, you know, reviewing our life and seeing where we're going, being more grateful. On the 11th, Jupiter is going retrograde in Cancer. So again, we're getting this energy to maybe get another chance at something here, especially missed opportunities. So be aware of that as the week progresses. Like I said, like we're going to be doing full moon tarot readings for all the signs on Thursday. That's at 7 p.m. And then we're going to be talking about that energy, the Venus ingress, Uranus, and Mercury retrograde, all for that weekend. I mean, wow. It's going to be a crazy week, you know. Again, it's about having faith in things right now for you, Virgo. So you got good solid ground, your safety, your security, all of that comes into play. Feel it and know that you're being guided, okay? So let's go over to the tarot table and start our reading. Let's get our angel numbers first. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. And let's get our angel numbers for you, Virgo, and it's all about self-care this week. Good, with 7, 8, 9. This week, practice self-care. Ensure you're getting enough rest and engaging in activities that bring joy into your life. And again, this full moon has a playful energy to it. It's not so bombastic. There is a playful energy to it. Open up to it, okay? Now, let's get a message from our guardian angels. This is from the Guardian Angel Message Tarot. I like pulling that out every once in a while. I like whipping it out. All right, there we are right there. There's our message. And we have 5 of Fire. Conflicts, annoyances, and competition. Yeah, it's the 5 of Wands. Drama. Full moon, you know, attracting that drama. It's a choice, though. Let's take a look. 5 of Fire. All right, Virgo, you're currently experiencing an opportunity to learn and grow here. It may seem like a challenge, but the key to success is to stand up for what you know is right. Stay positive into your interactions with others, and a peaceful resolution will be found. Make a personal choice to avoid drama created by those around you. It doesn't serve you, and you don't have to be a part of it at all. If you are feeling at odds with yourself, then gift yourself a little peaceful, quiet time. Again, self-care. If you find yourself being challenged, stand back and take a moment to review the situation objectively. Is this really a problem with another person, or are you experiencing a reflection of your own inner struggles? Word. Perhaps the universe is providing you with an opportunity to be freed of old personal conflicts that are holding you back. God damn, yeah, absolutely. So the angel message here is, we understand the emotions that can be generated when you're feeling challenged by circumstances or other people. But remember, Virgo, we can help ease the tensions by talking to the guardian angels of anyone you are experiencing conflict with. We want to help. All right, so you don't have to go at it alone, and don't focus on drama. You know, calm those emotions. Now, let's get your shadow work. And see what we have to work on in that aspect and how that's connected to all of this. Relentless craving. Addiction is a prison disguised as freedom. So you may be consumed with something that's eroding at you, or it could just be your habits. And changing those habits. You know what I mean? Interesting. It makes sense. It all makes sense, but it's all about self-care. And really focusing on bringing joy in your life and getting rid of what doesn't. And this full moon gives you carte blanche to do that. You know, I thought maybe I needed this person in my life, but all they do is just bitch, piss, and moan. You know, they add nothing to my life. you know? So maybe you're dealing with that. Or getting rid of some old habits. And I'm telling you, that's great self-care. That really pays off. All right, so. Yeah, look at that, the Hermit. Maybe going within. Staying out of the drama instead of this need to go ahead and get in on it. The King of Wands is doing something different. Yeah, so maybe that's calling on for you to do something different. Ooh. And the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, I love that. So what you sow, you reap. You know what I mean? And it really shows this week. So this could be a new job coming your way, an opportunity here. Again, another 9. I think it's very interesting that 9 is also where this full moon is happening in your 9th house. So you could get a job teaching, opening up to teach something like that. I'm getting that vibe for some of you too. And just, again, putting in the work for yourself also pays off. This is a great reading. It really is. There's opportunities here. Yeah. Kind of see where this is going. And they're really making me work for that third card. All right, what else do we have for Virgo? Sometimes I just have to say it. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's a big deal. We've got to sacrifice the temptation. Again, addictions, that devil card, the Hangman being stuck in a certain situation, certain outcomes. It's like we're on repeat. You got to be truthful with yourself and set yourself free. This is the Judgment card. So release judgment. All right? Let that go. And the transformation that it brings, it's like renewing things. And this is a new opportunity once you become very truthful with yourself. Now, let's look at relationships. I'm curious to see how that's going to pan out. And what we need to understand and see about this also. So what do we have for Virgo with relation? Ooh, is that it? Yeah. Again, big deal. Being positive. There's a very positive outcome for relationships. All right. Wheel of Fortune with all this fixed energy, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, all fixed signs. 6 of Wands, change. Yeah, this is great energy. A lot of you could... like couples could be getting engaged if you haven't made that commitment yet, but again, what are we putting our focus on? There's always that drama in the back, internal or external, but that could be messing with it. But this is very positive. Like it's time. All right. Yep. Let's get messages of love. And we've got different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision. Okay. So maybe it's time to let that go. Again, what is bringing you joy? What's not? And it's okay. It's nobody's fault. And soulmate. Your soulmate loves, accepts, and respects you. Yeah, so that's what we're working towards here. Is understanding that if we love, accept, and respect ourselves, we experience that in kind with our other person. And there's an opportunity here for this. Again, it comes down to self-care. When you love yourself and accept yourself, you get to experience that. Now, let's get, what's the vibe? But there's, opportunities coming here, but don't focus on the conflict, or just, again, it could be control. Instead, this, intimacy, mutual respect, unity, and closeness. This is what you deserve. This is what you're moving towards. A lot of single Virgos are moving towards that. A lot of couples are going through this transformation and feeling that too. This full moon is going to bring out a lot for everybody. I'm down for that. All right. Let's get a closing message for you, Virgo. That relentless craving can also be, want some, get some. But we'll talk more about that Thursday and Friday, So we've got the all these tarot readings ready for you. The main thing I want you to focus on this week is abundance. Abundance comes from inner fulfillment and outer effort. You can't make this up. So put in the inner effort, inner fulfillment, and putting in the outer effort, moving towards that, releasing what no longer serves you. So you can free yourself, your energy, because sometimes people, places, or things keep our energy at a certain level. And I think for a lot of you, you're going to be using your spirituality and your faith and your resolve and changing the way that you're looking at beliefs. Everything is changing for you. And it brings in so many opportunities this week. Huge shift in energy for you, Virgo. And you sure are going to feel it. So use it to your advantage. All right, that is going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, I go live Thursdays, 7 p.m. And this Thursday, we're talking all about the full moon. We're going to do a releasing ritual, and then we're going to do readings for all the signs, okay? I think we'll do it by elements. That's what we're going to do. It's a lot easier that way because we're already talking about it for the weekly, so we'll just do it for the elements. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And on Friday, you got the freaking weekend at 10 a.m., and that's going to give you the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And where I'm going with this freaking weekend is focusing on a love theme for this weekend because there's a lot of passion with this full moon, and it just seems like one of those moons to get down, So we're going to go run with that this weekend. So make sure you check that out. And if you would like a personal reading with me, Virgo, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. In person or online, get a hold of me. I got extended hours for both, and we will get a time together. We'll have a chitty chat. All right, Virgo, hang on, honey. It's going to get hot. And you got this, all right? So focus on being happy, enjoying your life, and all the abundance will come to you when you believe you deserve it. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you Thursday. Libra, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right. This is where we get the tarot and astrology vibes for Wednesday all the way to Tuesday, and man, have we got a week ahead of us. This is going to be for November 5th all the way to November 11th. So welcome, Libra. Hope you are doing well. Buckle up. I'm telling you, I've been saying that since before Halloween. And this is when we really need to buckle up this week. I mean, starting on the 5th, today, we have a full moon in Taurus. Very grounded full moon. This is a kind of full moon. The energy to this feels like to me, like this is where if you need to let loose, and whatever way or shape or form that is for you of letting loose, this is the time to do it. We might all want to get out there and cut a rug, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a good thing. It can be a celebratory time. I mean, full moons are a celebratory time. It's a culmination of things. And also a lot of realizations can come to light. That's what the full moon does, brings light to situations. For you, Libra, this is happening in your 8th house. So this is all about healing. This is about opening up to the powers that be, okay? And kind of just going with the flow. The 8th house can mean a lot of things, a lot. But what it narrows down to is healing. So focus on that. There may be a time for you to heal anything that no longer serves you, release anything that no longer serves you, that kind of thing. But the 8th house also has to do with sexuality, and this full moon is ripe with a lot of passionate sexual energy because the next day on the 6th, right on the heels of this full moon, we have Venus, the planet of love, moving into Scorpio. Man, that is hot. That is hot. I mean, it does it every year, but with this full moon and the energies that are before it and after, oh my God. So the 7th, Uranus, the planet of sudden changes, it's kind of like a tower moment energy, that is moving into Taurus. So we have the ruler of Taurus, Venus, moving into Scorpio on the 6th. We have the full moon in Taurus, and then we have Uranus moving back into Taurus. Lightning striking. I mean, this is incredible energy that's propelling us in some kind of realistic way. You're going to definitely see some news about the financial markets, anything like that. That could also be financial gains coming your way. This is also being in the right place at the right time. This full moon is something, okay? So then on the 9th, Mercury, the planet of communication, starts its retrograde phase for the next 3 weeks. That's right. So we get an opportunity to begin again. We get to an opportunity to go back to the drawing board. And then on the 11th, I mean, it's just this whole week, Jupiter is going retrograde. So a lot of us are getting an opportunity to do it right in a situation. Getting it, yeah, exactly. Revisiting a situation that you're getting a second chance at it. So this is a time to really review it, go over it, and implement it. Okay, so that's a lot to handle, Libra, you know, every day this week. So again, this could be, you know what? I'm going to call this for you, Libra, sexual healing. I need some sexual healing. Ow, sexual. I kind of did a, what is that? What's that group? The one that said Word Up. What group is that? I used to love that song when it came out. But anyway, yeah. Sexual healing. That's what I call this this week for you. In any way, shape, or form. So Libra, let's start your tarot reading. Thank you so much for being here. And let's get your angel numbers for the week. You know how we do. And this is about simplification. Okay. Beautiful picture. And 654. So pay attention to those numbers. Simplify your life, Libra, and focus on what truly matters. Declutter your mind and surroundings for greater clarity and effectiveness. Wow. So this is a good time to simplify things. If you haven't used it, throw it out. You know, if you haven't used it in the last 6 months, I guess that's the rule. You don't need it, which is true. I got a whole basement of I don't need it. And it feels good to declutter your mind. It feels good to declutter your things. So this week, make sure you focus on doing that. Which one? The one on the top, okay? All right, let's get a message from your guardian angels. This is from the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. I really like this deck. And it's number 11 with strength. Love that. So simplification and strength. Courage, compassion, and perseverance. That's Leo energy right there. All right, let's read up on it, shall we? Let's see what our guardian angels have to say. Libra, you've been blessed with the heart, fortitude, and kindness to occupy anything. There is no challenge or adversity you cannot overcome. You may not realize how strong you are, but the divine knows that you possess the gift of gentle strength. Your spiritual nature will always win out over other people's negativity. Wow. There is no need for you to back down from your convictions, although it may be necessary to say no to others in order to be kind to yourself. Just relay the information in a compassionate way, and all will be well. It isn't enough to be gentle with others. You must also be gentle with yourself. So the angel message that goes along with this card is you are so much stronger than you realize. We will help you establish a connection with your endless inner strength and personal resilience. Wow. So have the courage to move forward this week, to just simplify the way that you handle your life. You know? All right, let's get your shadow oracle for the week. I'm liking this. Simplification, strength, and then we have shame and guilt. This is what you need to work on. It's an excellent time to release this. It's a full moon release. Can you focus? Thank you. Feel them without judgment. Mistakes do not define your worth. So have some compassion for yourself and acceptance. Look at that. That's twice compassion has come out. Wow. Yep. Feel them without judgment and let them go. Are you capable of doing that, Libra? You know, and just accepting it. Letting go of your guilt. Letting go of your shame. Mistakes do not define you. They teach you. You're simplifying your life, you know? It'll bring you greater clarity and more effectiveness in what you want to bring into your existence, all right? Okay, is that it? Yeah, weird. Yeah, and we got the Magician card here. This is great. Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race here. Remember, the Magician is here to say you create your reality. So if we're sitting in shame and guilt, we experience more of it. The Four of Wands is celebrating. So again, this could be doing something at home, creating a home for yourself. You may be building your own home, something like that. But this is a cause for celebration this week. When we release and realize that we are the rhythm of our record. Very important for you to understand that this week. Now, let's get in some oracles and see. Just like the card says, simplification. We have 3 cards, very simple, you know. All right, yeah, look at that. Positive movement forward. There's your cue, especially when we focus on the sun. I mean, this is the sun card, a more Leo energy. That's twice that this has come out. And what this shows is a positive attitude brings positive results in your life. It's that simple. Okay? Wow. Let's look at relationships and love. Let's see. Interesting. Let's see what we got for relationships. Again, only 3 cards, huh? Okay. All right. Less is more in this instance, absolutely. Okay, so maybe we're stuck in a situation here with a relationship. This causes for just a different perspective, a different way of looking at things here, Libra. So embrace that, okay? Taking action, the Emperor taking action, moving towards action. Taking your power back over the situation. Another 4. And another 8 with messages coming in. Cupid's arrow. Wow. So getting out of this stuck energy. 8, 8, 4, 4. Very interesting. All right, let's get messages of love. We only have 1. And it's leap of faith. It's safe to make the move you're considering. Everything is saying do not stand still. It's safe to make the move you're considering. So make that move. Put out the call. Send the message. Put in the work. All right? Let's get what's the vibe. Let's get what's the vibe. What else do we have for Libra this week with so much energy going on, this full moon? Bringing things to light. What would it be? Could it be some longing? Someone's missing you. Let's talk. Reunion. Absolutely. This is all about getting together. You could be getting together at home. It could be making plans to get together. You know, we've got Thanksgiving coming up in a couple weeks. So it could be that, but definitely get together with your people, okay? Communication is very key for this week also, you know, because we got Mercury going retrograde towards the end of the week there. So, you know, let's get a closing message for you, Libra. Let's do both. Okay. Very good. All right. Closing message is peace. Find inner peace in moments of stillness. That balance. That's so important for you. And light. Wow, there's a huge focus on light. Light dispels darkness. Keep your inner light shining. That is so important. Light and compassion are your words of this week. I mean, the messages that have been coming out for everybody this week are incredible. They're almost doubling down on themselves, and you're no exception here. So pay attention to that. Again, this is also pointing towards simplification in your life, you know, and focusing on what truly matters. That is the key for you, Libra. All right. So, wow, what a week. Let me know in the comments how things go for you. How are you feeling this energy? All right. Also, if you want to put in your rising and moon sign, let's get a look at that and go ahead and check those readings out for your sun, moon, and rising. Always check out your big three. You want to talk about the reading making sense. They'll all hinge together. I guarantee it. All right, Libra, that's going to do it for this midweek reset. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, I'm going live Thursday and we're doing full moon readings for all the signs. I think I'm going to do them by element. So we'll do fire, earth, air, and water. It'll be fun. We'll do a releasing meditation to release what no longer serves us. We'll cleanse our energy and we'll get down and have some fun. So join me 7 p.m. Thursday night. And don't forget, Friday morning, 10 a.m., you can get the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got you covered there for the freaking weekend because it's a big weekend. We got all these planets and energy moving together. Wow. I mean, wow, wow, wow. And if you would like a personal reading with me, now would be the time to get one. I got extended hours for in-person or online. So go ahead and click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page, Libra. Have an incredible week and focus on the light. Shine your light. Don't let it be dimmed by anyone or anything, including you. Thank you so much for watching, Libra. I love you all, and I will see you Thursday night. Scorpio, welcome. It's Jeff here, Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your midweek reset tarot reading. That's right, where we get the vibe with tarot and astrology for Wednesday all the way to Tuesday. And this midweek reset is for November 5th all the way to November 11th. So happy birthday, Scorpio. Hope you are doing well. Boy, your season is always intense. It's never a dull moment. And this week is no exception. From the start of this week, today, all the way to the 11th, we have something going on almost every day, one right after the other. And when we have shifts like this is when this reading is perfect because you're getting a head start on what's going on instead of scratching your head in the week going, what the fuck is going on with me? You know what I mean? So welcome. This is what we're going to do here. We're going to talk about the astrology first, and then we're going to hit the tarot. So let's get down to it. Today, there is a full moon in Taurus. Can you feel it? Let me know in the comments if you feel it. And it's in the sign of Taurus, a fellow fixed sign. So that means when the going gets tough, you don't get going. You know what I mean? You dig your heels. It's a little stubborn. Fixed means in one kind of position, okay? The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, okay? So just remember that because we got a lot of stuff going on in fixed signs today, especially Taurus. So we've got this full moon in Taurus, and this is shedding things to light in your sign, in your 7th house of relationships. So there could be some realizations, could be going to a celebration, could be planning a celebration. This is a culmination of energy. The full moon, it builds in its light. It's the brightest, and it shines down on things that we need to release and work on. And for you, Scorpio, it's relationships with others and yourself. So there could be some drama going on, or just maybe if you're single, this is the time of the year. I'm telling you, this weekend that's coming up, for the freaking weekend that is posted on Fridays, by the way. I'm going to do love readings for the weekend because that's what it seems to be, is this loving, passionate energy. Maybe everybody coming together and just loving each other. I don't know, but it's definitely a full moon. It's definitely something to celebrate. Okay? So, relationships are a focus for you this week. And on the 6th, we have Venus, the planet of love that represents love, is moving into your sign. Again, more clarification of what's going on here, Scorpio, so pay attention to it. This is when passion is just injected into your psyche and all of our psyches. The next day, Uranus, the planet of sudden change, could be the tower moment in tarot. Lightning striking, eureka, ideas, shakeups, sudden change, earthquakes, that kind of thing, is moving into Taurus. And when Uranus moves into Taurus, yes, there could be some earthquakes, tsunamis, that kind of thing, that threat. Again, moving into Taurus energy, more fixed energy, earth energy. So this water and earth, wow. Pay attention to like floods, that kind of thing. Financial markets will improve too, or a drastic change of some sort. So keep your eyes out for that. And then on the 9th, Mercury, the planet of communication, starts its retrograde phase for 3 weeks. Back to the drawing board. And if you got something to say, you better say it beforehand. You know what I mean? And this is kind of like moving into a second chance energy towards the end of the week. On Tuesday, Jupiter, the planet of opportunities and expansion, is going retrograde in Cancer. So we're getting an opportunity, a second go at something, whatever that is in your life. So pay attention to that also. All right, so that's a lot going on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things going on that are pretty big deals. All right, so let's go to the tarot table and get our angel numbers to start the reading. You know how we do. Thank you so much for being here, Scorpio, and happy birthday. Let's get your angel numbers. Ooh, and it's stability. Yeah, with this Taurus energy, absolutely. 444. Angels are guiding and supporting you, providing a stable foundation for success. And the fire whistle's going off at the right time, heralding in this new era of stability for you. Pay attention to 444. All right? Now, let's get a message from your guardian angels. This is from the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. I love to use this deck once in a while. I got plenty of Oracle decks, and I like having them at my disposal. And right before I turn the cameras on, I'm told, all right, this is what you're using this week. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like my connection with Spirit. And I hope you do too. All right, this is the 4 of Wands, 4 of Fire, prosperity, contentment, and celebration. All right, so it's a celebration, Scorpio. All right, let's look at it. 4 of Fire. What an incredible achievement. This is a time of prosperity and contentment, Scorpio. Your hard work has paid off, and now you can take some time to enjoy it. Abundance and a feeling of safety and security are yours. Okay, safety and security, stability. 444. Look at the number on the shirt. Pay attention. The messages are just rolling today. I love it. Okay, there is no cause for concern about anything right now. In fact, perhaps it's time for a celebration. This card often heralds events such as engagements, weddings, or other long-term commitments between couples. Remember, this full moon is happening in your 7th house of relationships. Pay attention. You have earned a well-deserved break. Do something for yourself and those you love. Allow yourself to get caught up in the moment and enjoy all that Source has blessed you with. So your angel message is this: we have watched with admiration as you made your way to this place. It's a time for rejoicing, but also a time for peace. Allow yourself to be in joyful reflection and take pride in what you have accomplished in your personal or professional life. Wow. This card can also mean putting down roots, satisfaction, not a care in the world, harvest, peace, a happy family life, a very special day, even a new home. Wow. What a great message. And they're connected by the 4s and the stability. Wow. Now, what a great start to a reading. Let's get our shadow work that we need for this week. What are we being directed to do? Breaking chains. That's what we're doing this week. The only way to overcome blocks is to confront them, Scorpio. So let's work on self-limiting beliefs, that stops the stability and prosperity to coming in our way. You understand? Wow. I'm really liking that. And it's a great time for a celebration. It's your birthday. Celebrate yourself, you know? Enjoy your time with the people that you love and cherish the most. It's a time to open up to relationships that offer and give support and stability. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a lack of that for you at this time. This is one way to do it. Break the chains of self-limiting beliefs and open up to it. Now, all these cards are face down except the star. So that always, in my practice, always says pay attention to the card that's upright. The star is the universe has your back. Wish upon a star. You know what I mean? You are always connected to the universe. See that tether? So you're never alone at this, you know? You have the support and stability, yeah. And you want to talk about support and stability. This is what you're nurturing with the Queen of Pentacles. That is all about support and stability, okay? Message could be coming in. Page of Swords. This could be you, again, revisiting something here, maybe going back to school, maybe getting another chance at something here. The universe has your back. And the Knight of Wands is getting your passion back. Venus moving into your sign, Scorpio, is definitely getting your passion back. So there's a big focus on nurturing and stability for you this week with your relationship with yourself and others. Wow. I'm really loving this reading for you. Let me know in the comments if you're loving it too. Put some hearts down. Do something. The algorithm loves comments. I didn't know that, but it's true. Let's go ahead and leave a comment. An emoji will do. Or if you want to share, you can always do that because we are one vibe tribe in this channel. Absolutely. Ooh, didn't even see that. Yeah, so definitely doing some shadow work this week, especially with this full moon. Perfect time to do it. It's time to release the emotional loss and the deception and envy. Again, not focusing on what other people think. Again, nurturing your stability and releasing all of this. And partnerships and alliances, absolutely. With the Three of Wands, something you've been waiting for. That reinvigorates you. You know what I mean? That makes you feel safe and secure. All right, let's look at relationships. I mean, we don't really have any indicators of it. The four of Wands actually shows like marriage and, you know, that kind of thing. Anything else? Well, I'll tell you what it is. Yeah. Let's get rid of the feeling alone, separation, isolation. Let's move out of that. Okay? And start creating the relationships that we want, opening up to them, breaking the chains that bind us from creating a nice, long, stable relationship. This is good stuff right here. So, I mean, it could even be like just you like getting a safer, secure part of your job or something here. This is huge. All right? And it's you opening up to it. Like, I'm really loving your reading, Scorpio. So let's get some messages of love. Everyone's been getting one. I think one sign got more than one. Maybe it was Virgo. All right. And it's new love. Yeah. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. Now, remember what I said towards the end of the week. For some of us, Scorpios, could be getting a second chance at this. But with the full moon, Venus moving into Scorpio, a lot of you Scorpios may be opening up and finding a long-term relationship, really creating that. Maybe you've put the work in. I have Scorpio rising, so that makes me tingle in a way. You know what I mean? Like, fingers crossed, you know what I mean? But what's that relationship like with yourself? That's the question, okay? Let's get what's the vibe. So yeah, nurturing stability. You got this. You know, everything in divine timing for you. Okay. Thrills, continuous cycles, bad decisions, and addictions. Now, maybe we're getting a second chance at this because we were in not such a great place. Maybe this time we are, you know what I mean? Or maybe we're breaking that cycle. We really need to do that. Scorpio, smell the roses, slow down, take some you time, and get out in nature. All right? There's still time before the snow flies. Hurry up and do that. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Scorpio. It's a great reading. You may be getting roses from somebody too. I'll tell you that. But we just don't want to go here. You know, that don't look too good. She don't look like she's going to feel good in the morning. You know what I mean? We need to be aware of that. All right, closing message is this. Wow. Acceptance. New doors opening here. Accept others and yourself. Welcome new opportunities. New love, new opportunities. It's all there. Pay attention to it. Smash that like. Let me know in the comments if it resonates with you, because there's a lot of Scorpios that need to hear this right now. I really do think. And man, is this the time for you? What better time than now, Scorpio? So happy birthday. All right. Let's end this little love reading for you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment, yes, and join me Thursday, 7 p.m. live. We're going to do full moon tarot readings for all the signs. We're going to do a releasing meditation. We're going to let go of all that stuff, all right, and open up to some good advice on Thursday night. So join me. Also, check out the freaking weekend, 10 a.m. We're going to talk about love. It seems like this weekend there's a big love theme going on. A lot of babies being made this weekend. So be careful if that's not on your plan. And if you would like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page. Nice birthday present for yourself, if I must say. All right, Scorpio, happy birthday. I love you all. Hang on, honey. And I will see you Thursday. Sagittarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right. This is where we get the vibe with tarot and astrology from Wednesday all the way to Tuesday. And the dates for this week with all the changes we got going on, hold on, is November 5th all the way to November 11th. Getting closer to your season, so get ready. And this energy this week is incredible, so stick around because we've got a lot to cover. So let's get to it. Right out of the gate today, it's a full moon, baby, and it's in Taurus. So it's a fixed energy, it's earth energy, but for some reason this full moon is set up to feel like almost like if you need to cut loose, this is the week to do it. This is the weekend to do it. Remember that full moons are a time to release, okay? It brings things to light. It could be a little extra. Okay, it could bring a little drama. It all depends on how you look at that energy. But it's a culmination of things, realization, and mostly for this full moon is a celebration of some sort. So be aware of that. Maybe celebrating your accomplishments, patting yourself on the back. Why not? You know what I'm saying? This full moon is happening in your 6th house. So it's bringing to light things that you can do in your daily routine. It's trimming the fat off of that, letting go of some of the things. Maybe you're just doom scrolling for too long. You know what I mean? We all do it. We're all guilty of it. So be aware of that. But that's cutting out anything that no longer serves you in your routine to be more efficient. And you want to be efficient. You go, 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 go. Okay? But it could also be you getting more exercise, changing your diet. Excellent things to do. Little steps bring you closer to that goal. All right. So also, it could be a focus on clearing out the clutter in the mind too. So maybe it's just the way that you approach your daily routine. And we want to get into more of a feeling of gratitude, okay? And celebrating your closeness with yourself and others and all of that, you know? So that all that comes to fruition, to the forefront. Now, the next day, Venus, the planet of love, moves into Scorpio. Wow, very passionate, intense time. Relationships take on a whole new flavor. Again, this full moon with this energy, that's two working together here. That just makes this much more intense. And then on the next day, the 7th, Uranus, the planet of sudden changes, lightning striking, being in the right place at the right time, eureka moments, is moving into Taurus. And this could, the financial markets could shift, because don't forget, the farther out the planets go, the less effect they have personal and more on collective, the whole group, you know. So we could be celebrating some financial gain here. You heard it here first, okay? And then on the 9th, Mercury goes retrograde. That's right, 3 weeks of buckle down on what you got to say. Back to the drawing board. We get a second chance at something. Jupiter going retrograde on the 11th also signifies that. So for a lot of us, we're going to get a second chance at something that we thought just wasn't the right time, or it's back again to kind of close itself out. All right. So, wow. I mean, it could be a very intense, lovey kind of week, or it could just be one thing happening after the other. It's all in how we perceive it. All right. So let's go to the tarot table and start our tarot reading by getting our angel numbers. What are our angel numbers to guide us through this week? And it's take a step with 535. Let go of old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you, Sag. Prepare to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and expand. Perfect. Take that step to do that. Again, that full moon saying, let's change up the routine here. Let's get rid of these old patterns. You know which ones they are, you know. Let us know in the comments if you want to share it, of course. The algorithm loves comments, so even if you just put like a heart or a heart emoji or something there, you know what I mean? The algorithm just eats it up, loves it. So comment away. I'm sure all you Sages got plenty to say. All right, so our guardian angel message for this week is the Hermit, number 9. And that's about introspection, self-discovery, and mentorship. So we've got the powers within. All right, let's read up on it. Seek and ye shall find this week for you, Sagittarius. Ask your guardian angels for someone who can provide you with wise counsel and loving guidance, and you will discover a wonderful mentor or spiritual teacher. Or perhaps it is a time for you to step out into the open as a teacher with many spiritual gifts. Do not underestimate the brightness of the light you have to offer others. If you are currently on a quest for peace and enlightenment, do your seeking within. Meditation or time spent in nature can provide great insight. That's awesome. So the angel message here is, we love helping you, but we also know the power of having a human guide. Let us help establish the perfect spiritual mentoring relationship for you. So this is a rewarding time that can be spent in solitude. It's an excellent time for self-discovery. Excellent advice that you should probably follow, and taking a break from the hectic life. Again, if this full moon says anything, it's if you need to cut loose, take the step to do that, you know? Now let's get our shadow. Let's see what we need to do in our self-reflection this week. Wow, and that's confront fears. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. So this is about bravery, healing, and reclaiming your power. Fears are the dream killer. Maybe that's the self-discovery you need to take and let go of. These old patterns of fear. Okay? Wow, profound as fuck. I'm really liking that for you. And maybe someone or something will come along to like give you that advice, you know. Could come in any form. Pay attention to it. Be open to it, you know. All right, Sag, let's get the vibe for you this week. Ooh. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, what do I keep? You keep those. You keep. All right. Right. Okay. So, wow. It's like night and day here. The realization, the self-discovery that we're wasting our energy. Again, that full moon is showing you you're wasting your energy. And don't beat yourself up over it. You're not stuck. It's just a way of handling things and making the choice. Fear has got you blinded, okay? But have no fear, because this is an excellent energy right here. The Ace of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, are you kidding me? That basically shows if you plant the seed, it bears fruit. Very clear. Maybe some of you are getting a raise at the job. Maybe you're thinking you're not getting it yet. And then this full moon energy comes in and boom. You know what I mean? Just when you thought it wasn't working in your favor, it actually is. You've got to turn the tide on this. You know what I mean? Interesting. But you're not stuck. The message here is clearly you are not stuck. If it's anything you're stuck in, it's fear. Okay? So there's an opportunity that comes from within. Wow. Everyone's messages are great this week. Well, it's full moon energy. I wouldn't expect anything less, you know? All right. Don't be tempted, okay, to not act on the wisdom that you have here. Have faith. Again, have faith. Another 5. Patience and planning. The waiting game. You're not waiting, you're aligning. Okay? You're ready. Align to it. And what are you aligning to? Financial and material changes in your destiny. Yeah, it's the right time. Another 5. Let's pay attention to the 5s. 5, 5, 5. Let's look those up. 555 is definite change. Ooh, transformation and halfway point. Wow. So this full moon is really showing you that you're not stuck. And it's time to move, you know, like really just move. Move towards your destiny. You're at this halfway point. Maybe that's why these 2 cards on each side are like that. You know, we're at this halfway point. That's incredible. What a powerful reading this is. Especially in the symbolism and the messages. They're saying the same thing here, you know. So let's look at relationships and love. Anything else? I think there's one more in there. Yep, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Nurturing, trusting your intuition big time with relationships. Healing a relationship. You're not stuck, all right? Speak your truth. And messages coming in, actually. So again, something that you fear is not coming in actually is. You just need to wait the way that you're looking at it. Take the step to let go of the fear of not getting whatever it is that you're manifesting here. Damn. Sag. Wow. Ooh. Yeah. Balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. Be patient with this. Pull back a little bit. Change the way that you're handling this. It's because of fear. It's because if you hold on, if I hold on, I can say this. No, you back off a little bit. You know what I mean? That creates this balance instead of you overextending yourself. That's what I feel like you're doing. You're overreaching and you don't need to. Okay? You don't chase, you attract. I feel like I need to say that also. Okay, what's the vibe? This is what you focus on with this full moon energy is laughter, happiness, joy, and healing. Huge focus on healing. Again, change and transform the way that you're handling things. You're in this stuck, fearful energy, and you need to release it. That's what this full moon is telling you to do, and you will be so much happier when you do. So let's get a closing message for you, Sag. And see what they offer for you this week to close it up. Wow. Friendship. I love that. Cherish friendships. They are the harbors for your soul. Again, there is a lot of you are going to experience somebody coming in at the right place at the right time that has the info and the offer that you need. Open up to it. I'm telling you, it's going to happen for a lot of you. This full moon is going to be like, I'm telling you, boom, there it is. Sag, that's incredible. All right, that's going to do it for this reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., I'm going live. We're doing full moon tarot readings for everybody. Not only that, but before we begin, we're clearing our energy out, and we're going to do a meditation to release what no longer serves us. Perfect time around the full moon, so join us, okay? And don't forget, Friday, 10 a.m., you get the vibe for the weekend. And I think the way I'm doing the freaking weekend for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week is because this full moon and all this energy that's marching right along with it is all on passion and love. So we're going to focus on love for this week's weekend. So something we haven't done before, we're going to try it out. All right. And if you would like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page in person or online. I got extended hours. Treat yourself. All right, Sag. Whew. Friendships are coming in. This person is coming in, being at the right place at the right time, and gives you an offer you can't refuse. All right, Sag, I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you Thursday. Capricorn, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right. This is where we get the tarot and the astrology for Wednesday all the way to Tuesday. And this is a doozy of a week, so hang in there, kids, because we're going to break it all down for you. This is for the dates of November 5th all the way to November 11th. So welcome, Capricorn. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great week. Let's get to it. We are in full moon period. That's right. And this full moon is in Taurus. This is all about things coming to culmination, realization, and celebration. And celebration really fits for this full moon. Don't ask me why. I mean, well, I do know why. Number one, I have an intuitive feel that this is a very lovey, kind of passionate, love-seeking full moon. And the message that I kind of get is that if you need to cut loose. This is the weekend to do it. Okay. I mean, because we've got Wednesday today, we've got the full moon in Taurus, and this is in your 5th house of what brings you joy, romance, love, opening up to that. And this full moon is in Taurus, so it's an earth sign. It's being practical. What brings you joy and what doesn't? Okay. And it's time to eliminate the things that do not. And this full moon is shedding light on that aspect. But it's very romantic. The 5th house is all about romance, okay? Falling in love, doing things, giving and receiving love for each other, okay? And then on the next day, on the 6th, Venus moves into Scorpio, the planet of love. So again, this is a passionate energy. You should be in this energy. You should be feeling this, especially because you're a fellow earth sign that this full moon is happening in Taurus. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, earth signs. So embrace this. This is about stability in relationships. Am I safe to give what I want to give? Sometimes we hold back. For a lot of you Capricorns, you may be dealing with issues like that, or maybe childhood issues that you need to let go of. Remember, the full moon is also a great time to release what no longer serves us. All right. Now, on the next day after the 6th, Uranus, the planet of sudden changes, shifts, lightning striking, being in the right place at the right time, eureka moments, is moving into Taurus. So we've got all this fixed earth energy. It's exciting, but very, it's up there in the passion level. Collectively, we'll probably see something going on with the financial markets, something like that, investing, that kind of thing. So you heard it here first. And then on the 9th, we're not done. On the 9th, Mercury goes into retrograde. So that's right, we've got 3 weeks of Mercury retrograde. So make sure that you back up your devices, You got your oil change in for the winter, that kind of shit. You know what I mean? It's dotting our I's and crossing our T's. It's going back to the drawing board and getting things right, okay? And then on the 11th, Jupiter is going retrograde. A lot of us are getting an opportunity, a second chance at something here, whether it's relationships, maybe releasing something. Again, you're getting a second chance at getting it right, okay? A lot of energy. Every day, something is shifting or changing. How are we going to fare with that? You know what I mean? Are we going to go with the flow or are we going to fight the flow? We should go with the flow this week, okay? So let's go to the tarot table. It takes about 5 minutes to explain this week's astrology, and that's kind of summing things up. So let's get your angel numbers for this week, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get your angel numbers. Which one? Put them back. Really? Okay. There it is. And it's transition with 3, 4, 5. You are in a period of transition and change. Embrace new beginnings and trust in the process of transformation unfolding in your life. Again, go with the flow. Sometimes transitions aren't easy. It's the change. It's change. And embracing change sets you free. It really does. Because what's at the base of all of that? Why don't we want to change? Fear. See, every decision we make is based out of two things: love or fear. That's it. When you strip those down to its essence, it's either love or fear. And when you choose with love, well, things work out. Now, this is I keep forgetting, guardian angel message. And it is the 10 of Earth, the 10 of Pentacles. I love this. Prosperity, security, and tradition. Again, this is about what makes you secure. Long-standing relationships. Money coming in. That creates a great foundation. Opening up to prosperity. Let's read up, shall we? It's a great card to get. That shows stability. All right, 10 of Earth. Of course it's the last page. Of course it is. Yeah. All right, Capricorn, this is a card. This card is about having a joyful and contented home life. Great respect and mutual trust develop within your family, and your needs are taken care of. There is financial security and a sense that we are all in this together. You have provided your beloved family members with the kind of quiet grace that comes from knowing right from wrong, and you should be very proud. There is a sense of completion, and you ought to feel very good about it. Your material wealth continues to grow. In time, you may become restless and wish to pursue something new and exciting. But for now, you're just going to prosper and enjoy. I love that. So your angel message is this. Look around you. The beautiful family, birth or chosen, who surrounds you is a testament to the hard work you have put forth, but also of the kindness and generosity in your heart. If you feel that further prosperity is needed to care for those you love, ask for assistance. Wow, that's perfect. Feeling secure, transitioning into that feeling secure and stable, long-lasting relationships, all right? Let's get your shadow work for this week. Again, full moon is an excellent time to release what no longer serves us. Start really figuring out what we need to let go. You know. And you'll know in self-reflection this week. Looking inward helps you see what to improve to make better choices, right? It's awareness and improvement. It's transition, and it's bringing you to a much more stable environment in your life. Family, work, everything. Fucking love that. I love that. Let me know in the comments if you love it too. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's just changing, I'm going through changes. All right, let's get, anything else? For Capricorn, anything else? I feel like there's like one more in there. There it is. Boing. Oh, Lord. Yeah, all right, so let's not be tempted. I'm telling you guys, listen. Let's not be tempted. That's you. Enough with the control. 9 of Swords and 5 of Swords. Yeah, this is trying to control your thoughts. You can win at this, though. You're being negative. You're worrying and placing anxiety in here when you should just be opening up to a new opportunity with the Fool. Don't be foolish. Don't turn your back on an opportunity here. And I love that. That's prosperity and wealth. That's that 10 of Earth. That's how you acquire those 10 coins. They're given to you. You may be feeling the lack now. It's time to change. It's really time to change. Worrying is a wasted emotion, and this 5 of Swords is right in the middle to make that change, all right? Again, the transition is letting go of fear, doubt, and worry and replacing it with love, joy, and peace. That's fucking great. Maybe just releasing the control and setting yourself free, you know? Let's get some oracles to kind of clarify it. Four of Wands, foundation and achievement. Again, more focus on family and home. I love that. I love that. Yeah, look at this. Firm foundation. Interesting. Yeah. Feet on the ground. Practical approach. You get to that mountain by knowing you can get there, you know, by being persevering and acknowledging the challenge. Okay? Which brings material harvest. Wow. Another 9 and another 4 with the 4 of Wands. Yeah, this is transitioning into great energy here. So there could be some insecurities that we need to deal with and let go of this week. That kind of shut off our prosperity, but there's an excellent chance to change that. This week shows the results, you know. I love that for you. Let's look at love and relationships. Oof. All right, let's see. What do we got for Capricorn? What do we have? What do we have for this week about relationships? I've seen some cards. That's it. Yeah, stuck. Oh my God, look at that. Wow. Yeah, let's change our perspective, guys. This is a big thing. Big, big, big thing. An offer comes in. Something to celebrate. An apology. Slow and steady energy. Okay? But look at that. The 10 of Pentacles again. That's incredible. Let's put the 10s on the board. Let's do it. 10-10. Success, completion, payoff. I'm telling you. Something here. You're transitioning into that. In all kinds and all aspects. I mean, it's just flowing. Open up to the flow. It's there. Wow. That's a powerful reading this week, guys. Powerful reading. Messages of love, integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals? Okay. Is it keeping you stuck in old ways where you've transitioned into a new way of life? It doesn't work anymore. Sorry, but there it is. And we were talking about this earlier. Second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. And I'm telling you, man, does it pay off. So don't be short-sighted in this. Don't blow this. That goes for every single relationship you have, because it's going to pay off here when you simply know that you deserve it. You know, I mean, that's the best way I can put it for you. So let's get what's the vibe. Let's see what else is here for you. Wow. So security and stability. That's the transition you're making. Yeah. No more of this. Masked, hiding, concealing, or deception. No need to do that. And this is a lot of self-deception. It could be other people but I'm seeing this more as an internal dialogue. So let's get a closing message for you, Capricorn, and see what we have for you to wrap it all up. Wrap it up. It's a great reading. Very prosperous. Getting out of this lack mentality. Okay, closing message is light. Light dispels darkness. Keep your inner light shining. Don't be foolish by being stuck, or masked, or keeping prosperity out of your realm. Allow it into your life. Release the old habits of insecurity and lack to open up to that. That's the first step this week. And man, you've got the energy to support it. All right, Capricorn? So that is going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, Thursday, I'm going live. We're doing full moon tarot readings. Not only that, but we're going to clear our energy out, and we're going to do a guided meditation to help us release what no longer serves us. Perfect full moon energy tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Be there, okay? And Friday, 10 a.m., the freaking weekend. For this crazy full moon weekend, what I'm going to do is focus on love, because again, this has a love vibe to it. I feel a lot of babies are going to be made this weekend, so if that's not part of your plan, take precautions, all right? And check out the freaking weekend. And if you would like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. In person or online, I got you covered. Capricorn, wow. Focus on stability, release that fear, doubt, and worry, and holy shit, do things change this week for you. I promise. All right, leave a comment. The algorithm loves it, and I love you too, and I will see you Thursday. Aquarius, welcome. It's Jeff here, Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right. This is where we get the tarot and astrology from Wednesday all the way to Tuesday. So welcome, Aquarius. Hope you are doing great. Hope you're having a great week so far, because we are in full moon season right now. Well, full moon week this week. We're starting off today, November 5th, all the way to November 11th, by the way. We're starting today off with a full moon in Taurus. So this full moon is a time of realizations, celebrations, we'll talk more about that soon, and culmination, things coming to light, okay? And this full moon is happening in Taurus, and it's happening in your 4th house. So there could be some family issues that you're dealing with. Feelings of home and security. Maybe you're looking for a new place to live, and here you are. Maybe you're moving into that new place. But this is a focus on home and family. Maybe you have put so much into work that you need to take care of some shit at home, or this is just that kind of energy of staying at home and taking care of things within, okay? But anyway, this is a great time to release what no longer serves you. So maybe getting rid of clutter in the home, finally getting things off the list, getting ready for winter, I finally packed up my whole yard for the winter. It was sad, but I got to fit it all in my shed, because I got like a man shed, and I'd fit everything in there. My grill, my hot tub, everything, just all fit in the shed. Packed away, ready to go. Ready for next summer. It hasn't even snowed yet. I still haven't shut my windows, It's just like, today it's like 55 degrees out. I'll take it. Can stay like this all year, to tell you the truth. And then we can go right to spring and summer. Yay! So Aquarius, focus on home with this full moon. And the full moon can be a little extra, so there may be some drama, family drama you may deal with. Again, it's all in how you look at it. But this week, we got so much going on. So the next day, on the 6th, Venus, the planet of love, moves into Scorpio. That's a passionate energy that is moving towards more compassion and maybe obsession or something like that in relationships. And then on the 7th, your ruler, Uranus, moves into Taurus. So there's a big focus on fixed energy. You're a fixed sign too. There's Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So you're a fixed sign. So when you're locked into an opinion, good luck trying to change that, and it's kind of hard to change routine also when you're a fixed sign. You may have something to say to somebody too. But yeah, so your ruler is changing signs, and there's a whole different flavor. Your life takes on a different flavor at this time. Pay attention to like financial markets. Something in the collective financial is either going to come down or be brought back up. But I'm going to tell you this whole week's energy feels like a time to celebrate. I don't know why, but here we are, so celebrate your small or great accomplishments. It's time to get into that mode of being grateful too. All right. And then on the 9th, Mercury starts its retrograde phase. So we've got 3 weeks starting on the 9th. It's starting to apparently move backwards. And that gives us a time to reassess things, back up your computers, get that oil change before winter, stuff that you need to do. It's a focus on getting all your ducks in a row this week. Okay. And then on the 11th, Jupiter goes retrograde. And this gives us an opportunity to revisit something, either a relationship, job, something like that from the past. So we get a better go at it. Last time it just didn't line up. This time it does. So that's something to be excited about. And there, again, for you, there's this exciting energy. You don't know where it's coming from, but it's brewing, So put that energy into your home, clearing out your clutter. If it's been sitting there for 6 months and you haven't touched it, throw it the fuck out. All right? So let's get your angel numbers for the week. Start the reading. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. And let's see. Ooh, which one? Ooh, with completion with 999. Release what no longer serves you and prepare to embark on a new chapter filled with opportunities. Again, there's something brewing here. You know what I mean? And releasing what no longer serves you is perfect for this full moon right now. So completion, you're almost there. Beautiful. All right, let's get a message from our guardian angels. Okay. And let's see what we got for you. Ooh, there it is. All right. Oh, which one? The one on the bottom, because it was spinning. All right, 9 of air. Negativity, worry, and sleeplessness. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Let's look it up in the book. 1 second. All right, 9 of air. Let's see. Oop. I went too far. I went too far. I went too freaking far. All right. Aquarius, there's no reason to worry. Your misplaced focus upon your fears and feelings of uncertainty is leading you to expect the worst. It's time to change your thoughts into something more positive and uplifting. Anticipate only your highest hopes and dreams, and the divine law of attraction will bring them to you. Please don't be so hard on yourself. Nothing is to be gained by reliving the past over and over. Release what was, and instead reach out with loving arms to what is and what can be. Wow. So releasing that fear, doubt, and worry. Your angel message is this: ask, and we will help calm your fears. Guilt and regret about the past are useless. Let us help you quiet your mind so that you can enjoy peaceful nights of restful sleep. Yeah, so this is being restless. Again, you're feeling that energy shift coming. And hopefully now that we told you about it, you can kind of work this through by releasing your fear, doubt, and worry. It's wasted energy. Start saying this: everything works out in my favor. The earth supports me. The universe guides me. Yeah, look at this. And this is why our shadow this week is closed-minded, unwilling to consider other perspectives or entertain new ideas. And you have to be more open. You have to be receptive and have an openness, or the negativity festers. Again, release what no longer serves you with this new chapter going on here. It's incredible. All right? So let's get the vibe for you this week. What do we have? Ooh. Aquarius. Wow. Hey, is that it? Yep. Okay, wow. Wow. We were, man, we were just talking about this. This is incredible. All right, we've got the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles. Again, trapped in our thoughts. We're stuck. We need to change our perspective. That fixed energy is really making you hang on. Put time and energy into things that are going to pay off with the 7 and the 8 of Pentacles. Changing your routine. Trying something new. And when you do, holy shit, with the 10 of Cups in the world, this pays off this week. Again, when you get out of this closed-minded attitude, things open up for you. Release this. That's the big one this week. That is that. I mean, we could end the reading right here and talk about it for the next 15 minutes. I mean, you are closed off to something and you need to put your time and energy into things that are going to pay off because it is showing that it will. And you may get clarification for that to actually happen. You know, you may already be seeing the evidence of that. So, yeah, conflict and defeat, suffering and silence, another 9. We're no longer doing this to ourselves. It's pointing everything out, you know, and following your intuition. That new opportunity, see that door there? Everything in divine timing. And when you put that into play, Aquarius, it changes the game for you. Now, let's get love and relationships. This looks good. Again, the 10 of Cups is focusing on family also. You could maybe be traveling to family. Maybe that's what you're stressed out about. You don't want to deal with the drama. And you don't have to, you know. Again, accept them with love. Don't feed into any of that. The conflict and all of that. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, it's an end to this. So whatever's the upheaval that's happened in your relationships, you've got to stop blaming yourself. You're no longer taking arrows. This is self-deceit. I understand why that makes you close-minded. But then again, another 9 is completion. Act like you deserve it. Let's put the 9s on the board. I mean, we've got 999 here. And then we've got 999 showing up. And it says, don't give up. Release and let go. Pay attention. And look at that. New way of thinking. New way of, I mean, look at that. That is great energy. 2 aces. 2 aces high here. Messages coming in. Whew. Change your thoughts, change your life. 9. Wow. Everyone's messages this week are just so profound. It's that full moon energy. It's 2 planets shifting signs. It's 2 planets going retrograde. Messages of love, protected. You are safe and divinely guided. And that's all you need. You can do this. Open your mind. Change your life. Really. Let's get what's the vibe. Incredible messages coming through today. So grateful for that. Wow. And look at that, love affair. Dirty little secret. I always laugh when I say that. Sex fix and down low. Okay. Maybe you're not experiencing that. No, boy, does it come your way. I'm telling you, this full moon has this love energy. I'm going to make a prediction that a lot of babies are going to be made this weekend. It's just the way that it feels. You know, it's just, I can't put it into words, but boy, I can see it in my mind, you know? So let's get a closing message for you, Aquarius. This looks great. Maybe you're opening up to a love of some kind here. Don't give up. The 9s have it. I mean, whew, it's hot. It really is. Friendship, the plot thickens. Cherish friendships. They are harbors for your soul. Again, this friendship is leading towards more. That's for some of you. Open up to it, okay? You may be fearing that. Maybe, again, we're getting this towards the end of the week. We're getting this second chance at something. Could this be it, Aquarius? Single Aquariuses. Or is it you coupled Aquariuses taking it to the next level instead of being so closed off? Remember, you're a fixed sign. So you got to change the way that you're looking at things and believing things. And this full moon is allowing you to do that. All right, so do your due diligence. All right, Aquarius, that is going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, I'm going live tomorrow night, 7 p.m., and we're doing full moon tarot readings. However, we're also going to clear your energy out, and we're going to do a guided releasing meditation of what no longer serves us, perfect for the full moon, getting us energetically ready for what's coming up in November. Fucking fantastic. And don't forget, watch the freaking weekend, 10 a.m., for the vibe for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because, again, after doing everybody's reading so far, this has been pointing towards some kind of love, sexual kind of healing taking place with this full moon. I don't know, it looks hot. Fingers crossed. All right, Aquarius, that's going to do it. Oh, hey, if you want a personal reading, click the link in the description. In person or online, I got you. All right, Aquarius, open up to a great weekend here. Put in the work. I release all fear, doubt, and worry. I replace it with love, joy, and peace. It is done, it is done, it is done. Everything works out in my favor. Say those words this week, and you watch what happens. All right, Aquarius, I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you Thursday. Pisces, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your Midweek Reset Tarot Reading. That's right, where we get the tarot and the astrology for Wednesday all the way to Tuesday. So welcome, Pisces. Hope you're having a great week. Can you feel it? This full moon energy creeping in. Man, do we have one action-packed week this week. So buckle up, Pisces. Get ready. Today is a full moon in Taurus. Fixed sign, earth, stable. I'm going to tell you something. This full moon in this realm, for some reason, feels like it's, if you need to cut loose this week, it's the perfect time to do it. Full moons are a time for celebration. They also can bring realizations and a culmination of energy that builds, you know. They're a little extra. It all depends on how you look at it. But this one feels very romantic and love-induced in some way, shape, or form. I really can't put my thumb on it. It almost seems like sexual healing. I've been saying it for everybody's readings, but I just feel like a lot of babies are going to be made this weekend. So if that's not part of your plan accordingly, because you heard it here first. But this full moon is in Taurus, so it wants to celebrate. It wants to feel good. It wants to let loose, okay? And then on the next day, oh yeah, this is happening in your third house. So this is, communication is important, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But communication, writing, speaking, publishing, backing your things up, we're going to talk about that also. Small trips can also be on the bill this week. A sudden trip or something that you got to do. But on the 6th, Venus, the planet of love, is moving into Scorpio. This is where that comes from. Venus rules Taurus this full moon. And moving into Scorpio is very passionate, very obsessive, just, you know, it's gushy. It's very emotional energy. And maybe we're releasing what no longer serves us. Those are perfect time to do that during a full moon. But I think this is bringing things together. You know, this is the glue that holds it all together, and it's love, baby. And then on the next day, Uranus, the planet of sudden changes and shifts, is moving into Taurus. So we've got a full moon in Taurus, its ruler moving into Scorpio, which is intense and passionate. And then we have an even more intense planet moving into Taurus. Wow. So utilize this, being in the right place at the right time, okay? Getting back to what makes you passionate. Starting that spark back. Nobody can do it for you. You need to ignite that spark back with yourself. Okay? This may be a great time to communicate with brothers and sisters. You may have some issues with that, but again, working things out compassion, not being stuck and rigid, but finding solutions. Uranus kind of does that. It's an electric buzz, you know. And then on the 9th, Mercury is going retrograde. That's right. We're starting Mercury retrograde for 3 weeks on the 9th. So just be aware of that. We're going back to the drawing board. We're getting things right. Mercury gives us a chance to kind of slow down. With all this energy, this full moon energy, yeah, we need that balance towards the end of the week. And then on the 11th, that's right, 5-6 things going on this week. On the 11th, Jupiter goes retrograde. So a lot of us are getting a second go at something. Not quite sure what that is. Could be a relationship, a job, an opportunity that you put on the shelf that you could be bringing back up, but holy shit, does it work out? And that's the thing. You get it one more chance to do it right. So grasp that. All right, let's go to the tarot table and get our angel numbers to start our reading. Thank you so much for being here, Pisces. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get to your, ooh, there they are. Boom, with release. Absolutely, 876. Let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve your highest good. Embrace freedom in your life. Absolutely. Perfect time to do it. Release old patterns that no longer serve you. This full moon allows you to do it. And probably for you, Pisces, the best way to do it is to write it down, bring it outside, and burn it. You know, and when that last ember dies out, you've let it go. Powerful little ritual you can do with yourself without calling on Beelzebub and all these other things. All right, look at that. Queen of Water, that's you. Loving, giving, and psychic. Interesting. Got that cup there. Let's read up on the Queen of Water. The Queen of Water. Nurturing energy, that's for sure. So let's see what it means. All right. You are experiencing a calling to live a life immersed in the waters of emotion and intuition. You have a true desire to help others and are blessed with a great depth of feeling that comes naturally. Compassion flows from divine spirit into your heart. It seems as though you are immediately aware of what others are feeling and what their hearts need. Family and friends are cherished, but even strangers feel your love radiating out to heal the world. Intuitive abilities are very strong. Okay, so the message here is your capacity for love and insight is amazing, but you often give too much. It's important for you, Pisces, to have strong personal boundaries and to take care of yourself with the same dedication that you do for others. If you feel overwhelmed or exhausted, call upon us to help replenish your strength. So this also is a nurturing female figure coming into your life, a counselor, you know what I mean? A very trustworthy friend you can count on. Maybe you need to be that to yourself. Okay? Interesting. All right, let's get your shadow work oracle. And see what we have for you. What do we need to work on this week with all this intense energy going on? What shadow work do we need to be aware of? Let's put that back. Let's give these a cut. There we go. Gotta take that one. Yeah. And this is it. No boundaries. Difficult to establish healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Respect, self-care, and knowing your limits. And boundaries. You see that full moon? Interesting. Yeah. It's time to put up some boundaries. Respect for others and yourself, of course. Of course, if you have no self-respect, no one's going to respect you in the light that you want. You know what I'm saying? So, again, that starts with you. And release those feelings of inadequacy, you know? Where do they come from? Wow, did you see those come out in chunks like that? Wow, look at this. This is fucking great, Pisces. Yeah. Yep. Wow, where do I put this? This wants to go here. All right, it's time. Luck is on your side. I never really like to say that, but it is. You're strong enough for whatever is going on here. You need to work on these two right here. Fear of failure and releasing judgments of yourself and others. Don't give two shiny shites what other people think. Again, that may be the no boundaries you have. You just beat yourself up. And then the reality of it is that people beat you up too, physically or figuratively, you know what I'm saying? But this is a great time. Luck is on your side with all this energy shifting here, this lightning striking with Uranus. So in the middle of the week, later in the week, this weekend, wow, an opportunity opens up here. The Nine of Pentacles opening up to the Ten of Cups energy. This is beautiful. Opportunities come when you release the fear and the attachment to it. So again, release the fear and judgment and allow the universe to guide you. This Wheel of Fortune card is in a perfect placement for you to open up to this beautiful energy. I mean, it's silly not to do that. Nurture that part of you that creates these limits. You know? Wow. Everybody's readings have been intense this week. They really have. Just profound messages. All right, what else do we need to know, Pisces, for this week? With all these shifts. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, there we go. Wheel of Fortune out again. God damn. Yeah, releasing emotional release. Another 5. Let it go. Lovers, love that. Things coming into harmony. And destiny. Again, you're opening up to something here. Love that. Looks just like my daughter. Absolutely. Jesus. This is beautiful. Whew. You know what? We're going to put the 10s on the board too. We got 3 10s out here. Absolutely. And this is success, completion, and payoff. Open up to it. Release the fear of that it won't. That's what's going on here, guys. All right, let's look at relationships and love. 6 of Cups, old relationships, maybe something coming back from the past. Only if it's good. Yeah, look at the, oh my God. We're going to put the 5s on the board too. Look at that. No more focusing on this. We need to let go of our past. Our past hurts, our relationships. Get over it. I mean, that's really what I got to say with that. Get over it, Pisces. I mean, change, transformation. You're at this halfway point. This is too good to hold on to. Ace of Swords, a new idea coming in, messages coming in. Queen of Wands, yes, making this change. You make this change during this week, during this weekend, and it is just incredible. It pays off. This is an incredible reading. Do not believe your own bullshit. All right? You got to change this negativity because look at all of this beautiful energy when you open up to it. It's incredible. All right. Let's get messages of love. Everybody's only been getting 1, and you get 3. Check that out. Okay. Let's do it. Abundance. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. Absolutely. A lot of you are going to see that payoff this week. Or getting closer to it. Stability. This relationship can stand the test of time. Absolutely. All the 10s here show success, completion, and payoff. And true love. Wow. Your love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. Especially when you give it to yourself. That's just incredible reading this week. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. And this full moon brings that to your attention. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Healing. Focus on that. The huge focus on self-care. Introspection, meditation, connecting with your inner self. Pisces, that's the key to this beautiful outcome this week. Now, let's get a closing message for you. Wow. Everybody's readings have just been so intense. It goes along with this energy for sure, man. Absolutely. Let's get your closing message for you, Pisces. What do we have? Yeah. Wow. Love this. Strength. Your inner strength is boundless. Unleash it. That dispels all the fear, negativity, and doubt, and rebirth. Every end is a new beginning. Wow. What an incredible reading. What an incredible way to end this midweek reset marathon I've done for these readings today. And you're no exception, Pisces. I mean, this is incredible energy. Open up to it. Things pay off when you stick to it and nurture yourself and create boundaries. Don't overdo it, and don't let other people take advantage of you. Wow. That's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, Thursday, I'm doing full moon tarot readings at 7 p.m. But not only that, we're going to clear our energy out, and we're going to do a full moon guided meditation to release what no longer serves us, to get ready for this energy. Incredible energy this weekend. Lots of shifts. It's going to be exciting to see what's going on the world stage, all of that. Incredible time. Don't forget, the freaking weekend. 10 a.m. We're going to talk about Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And because of this this full moon and the passion and love that I feel, we're going to focus on love for this weekend for all the signs. Something new. So we're gonna go with it. I've been directed to do it, and I gotta follow it. All right. And if you would like, yes, subscribe, all of that. But if you would like a personal reading with me in person or online, click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page. Pisces. Beautiful change is on its way. Embrace this energy. Go with it. Flow with it. Trust your inner being. It will never, ever steer you wrong. Pisces, incredible energy to harness. I wish you well. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you Thursday.